computer. Perfect. Awesome. So we are back after a little technical issue. So candlesticks, right? So we got two types of candlesticks. You got the bullish and you got the bearish, right? First, we talked about the bullish one, bullish candles. They start from the bottom and they close at the top, right? Same time, you have the wicks. This is basically called the range. The reason why it's called the range is that when you have the next candle opening, this is the range where the next candle can move into, right? And this is also something that we talk about with wick fills as well. And the bottom one is always called a liquidity wick. This you can try to look at it from like, a liquidity wick, something you can look at it from like as of like a rocket ship, or like, when you have a what's that thing called? The thing you pull back and like, whatever, right? So you pull something back, you let it go, it starts to go forward. So this is what the liquidity wick is. So most of the candles that do form, yeah, a slingshot, perfect, slingshot. Like most of the candles that you do have, they will have a wick on the opposite side. And this is where it forms basically liquidity wick. When you're talking about the bearish candle is completely the opposite. It starts at the top and it closes at the bottom. Like it starts at the top, the price is going to go down, it's going to be lower in price, and it's going to close at the bottom. You're going to have a liquidity wick at the top, like price started to go up, but it couldn't move up. And then it came down to create a range. And a range is obviously like, when the next candle can continue down to fill this range. Now, further, we're also going to break down these candles, but just on this simple concept. Any questions on just this simple concept? Probably not. We're good? All right, very good. Okay, very good. Perfect. Go well. Go well. Okay, candlesticks. Now, there are also some candlesticks that have no wicks on them. I'm pretty sure this question was coming. Oh, what about a candle with no wick? It's coming right now. Candles without wicks basically means there is no range for the next candle to fill. Usually when there's no wicks on the candles, there's a 50-50 chance that the price will move where you want it to go. For example, let's say we have a bullish candle and a bullish candle has no wick on the top. And if someone's going to ask, what if a candle has no wick at the bottom? Just relax. It's coming, right? If a bullish candle has no wick on the top, this means there's no range for the next candles to move up. Right? This also means that if, let's say, for example, this candle had a wick on the top, this means that the next candle can, like, come down and move up because you got this range here to the left-hand side. Right? Right? So, now, if this candle has no wick on the top, this means there's no range. This also means that the price never made a high. It just closed, right? This means there's a 50-50 probability that the next candle can continue to push up. So whenever I see a candle like this and it's forming, I always wait for the next candle to form. Well, not always, because, there are certain scenarios where you can bounce the probability in your favor whenever you have a candle with no wick on the top, but that discussion is for some other time. Like I was meaning to create a webinar on that specific concept. It's a little bit advanced, but we're going to do that some other time, probably like next month for like Christmas or something like that. So we can something like that. But anyway, so whenever I see a candle with no wick on the top, I look at it as a 50-50 probability for the next candle to go up. If a candle has a wick on the top, then there's a higher probability that the next candle can continue moving in this, direction. So no wick on the top, I don't trade, I wait for the next candle to close. Same thing goes with when you have a bearish candle and a candle closes with no wick on the bottom. Same thing. I just wait for the next candle to close. Like a 1 hour London Open candle, which value is more important, the open or the close of the candle? It's not like which value is more important. what more important is how the candle is closing. That's the most important. Could you please go back to preview slide when you got log on a bit after you provide the new meeting ID? What? Oh, the previous one was just basically what's a bullish candle and what's a bearish candle. That's all what it was. If there is more volume, it's also possible to no wick on top. Okay, so we're going to talk about this now. Would you take next candle if it retraces? No, that's for some other webinar discussion. Okay, now, if we have a bullish candle, right? A candle closes bullish, which means price is moving up, and the candle has no wick at the bottom. This I would look at as having a very high probability for the next candle to continue bullish, right? I will look at this as having a very high probability for the next candle to go up, because this candle, it didn't even move down, not even a single one bit. Like sometimes, like, the candles can have like a tiny, like, wick like this, like a pimple or a pigtail or whatever, but that's also totally fine, because if it has like a very small wick or no wick at all, this means this candle has a very high probability for the next candle to continue to push up, because there's a lot of volume in this candle. The same thing goes for, when you have a bearish candle with no wick on the top, like price is moving down and it has a range right here, and it didn't even move up to create a top wick. This means there's a very high probability for the next candle to continue pushing down. Do you mind expanding a little bit? Because sometimes you take trade with no wicks. Yeah, guys, listen. So I'm going to explain this one more time. Sometimes I take trades when candles have no wicks. And I take those trades because there is a way to move probability in your favor. And that's a little bit complicated, I'd say. That's a little bit complicated. That is not best for this sort of webinar. That's complicated. So we're going to do that maybe next month, because I'm still creating content on that. Muhammad KB smoking some shisha. Beautiful. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Is it possible to have no wick in one time frame? Yes, it's possible, but we're just talking about this scenario right here. Candles having no wick. So whenever you have a bullish candle and it has no wick at the bottom, this means there is a lot of volume right there. Okay, we're good with this. Candles with no wicks. That's it. We're only discussing candles with no wicks right here. We're going to talk about risk. We're going to talk about market structure. We're going to talk about trade ideas, like, and stop losses and all that risk. Okay, but for this, candlesticks, just want you guys to be with me over here. Right? Just stay with me. Awesome. Let's take a look at this. Now, how does the market move? Right? We've talked about market sessions. We've talked about time frames. We've talked about currency pairs. We've talked about bullish, bearish candles. And we've also talked about candles with no wicks. Now, how does the market move? The market only moves in three ways. We have the uptrend, we have consolidation, and we have the downtrend, right? Whenever we have an uptrend, what does market do in an uptrend? What do we make in an uptrend? In an uptrend, we make a higher high and a higher low, higher high and a higher low, and that's how the market goes, right? We have a higher high right here, higher low, higher high, higher low, and yada, 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 right? And that's how basically the market moves. In consolidation, the market breaks the higher highs and the higher lows and the lower lows and lower highs. So it basically consolidates. It moves sideways. This is how the market moves in consolidation. So whenever you have a downtrend, it's very simple. In downtrend, price makes a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and so on and so forth. That's how the market moves in downtrend. We all know this. But when we're looking at candles themselves, right? When we're looking at candles themselves, how do candles moves in uptrend? So let's say, for example, you have a candle right over here, right? You have a candle right here, and let's say we have an uptrend and whatever, right? If price is gonna go pushing up, if you think the next candle is going to continue pushing bullish, the next candle has to create a higher low, which is going to be right over here, and it's going to make a higher high. This is where you can see the candle is going to push bullish. And this is going to be on the 1 hour time frame, 30-minute time frame, not on the 15-minute time frame as much, but mostly on the 30-minute and the 1 hour time frame. This new candle, if it does not break the low of the previous candle, there's a high probability that the price is going to continue pushing up. Just like this example right here of higher lows and higher highs. Which time frame will you look at to see if the market, can you please be bullish? Yeah, I just talked about this, the 30-minute and the 1 hour. Right? So we're just talking about simple things right here, uptrend, consolidation, and downtrend. Okay, so let's do this right here and down. All right. Uptrend, right? Same idea that if you have, let's say, like a price is moving up, we created a support. And if you think price is going to continue to move up, the next candle, it has to respect the low of the previous candle, and it has to make a new high right here. Now, the new one, this has to respect the low of the previous candle, and the next one has to make a higher high, like a newer high. That's all what an uptrend is going to be like. When the candles are making higher highs and higher lows, there's a high probability. So whenever you're trying to take a trade, right? So whenever you're trying to take a trade, what you're doing is that, okay, you know what, in like a buying scenario, your stop loss will always go below the previous candle, right? Always below the previous candle. Because stop loss means that if price is going to continue pushing down, if it breaks the low of the previous candle, then you're out of the trade. That's where your stop loss is going to go. Always your stop will go below the previous 30-minute or the 1 hour candle. That's where the stop loss is going to go. So uptrend, where price makes higher lows and higher highs. Very simple, only based on candles. We're only going to be looking at market structure, and we're only going to be looking at candles themselves. Consolidation. At what time does consolidation usually happen? No one knows. Oh, Asian session. Okay. Low volume. Yeah, low volume. Low volume. So whenever we have low volume, consolidation happens, and whenever there is consolidation, we just stay away from that. We just stay away from that. Sometimes there's going to be sometimes the market is going to consolidate like this before pre-London session. And whenever it's consolidating like this before pre-London session, you're just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for a candle to, maybe close like this outside of this range. So once we close outside of this range, then this means there's a high probability we can continue to push up, so on and so forth. So consolidation happens when there's no volume in the market and basically nothing is happening at that point. But it can be a fake out. Yeah, exactly. Right. It can be anything. It can be anything. Whenever resistance or support is broken, do you think that the direction of the movement has changed? Yeah, so there are two things that can happen. If a resistance is broken, there's an opportunity for you to ride the initial move up, right? If the resistance is broken, you can ride that move up. Or if you miss that initial move up, then there's a possibility for price to retrace to create a retest and then continue moving. But if it comes back in the range, then obviously it's fake out. But we're not going to go into that fake out information as if right now. Okay, so we're good with downtrends, uptrends. This is a perfect example of a downtrend, of a possible sell, because price created a resistance, and the resistance was formed once we have the candle forming like this. And also look at the candle bodies, right? So look at the candle bodies, this is something very important. You look at this. This is a bullish candle body, which is kind of okay, and the next candle body is much bigger than the previous one, right? Let's not talk about this candle having no wick. And now when we look at the next candle body, this is getting smaller than the previous body. What does this mean? Now the next one is even smaller. What does this mean? When the candle bodies they start to get smaller and smaller, this means that the volume in that direction is decreasing. Right? Make sense? So whenever the candle bodies start to get smaller and smaller, this means the volume in that direction starts to decrease. And then when you look at the next bearish candle right here, this body is bigger than the previous one. Right? So this means there's a high probability for price to continue pushing down, because whenever you see these situations, you have to ask yourself that, okay, what's the probability that the next candle will continue to move down or the next candle will continue to move up? You don't even have to take a trade. You just have to ask yourself this question. What's the probability for the next candle to continue pushing down versus continue to push up? And there's your idea right there. If you have a clean tradable range, but there is 4-hour resistance closer because of 30-minute, will you still take the trade? Yes. If it breaks previous low without, yes. But there's huge exhaustion wick, so I can take an impulse short, sure. If it's break previous low without creating wick, will it be a good idea to take a trade? No. I'm not going to talk about what if. What if you were born a girl? Then what? Then what are you going to do? Would you be here in this webinar? What if you were born in like Namibia or something like that? So we're not going to talk about any what if scenarios. What has a higher probability? Tiffany's here. Perfect. What's a higher probability for a win, support formed, or break of resistance? Both. It depends on a whole lot of other factors too. Volume in the market, what session, how the 4 hours formed, was there any news, was there any underlying volume after news, so all those things. Only thing I lose only when I put stop loss. I know when the market is going, but yeah, then you got to look at the webinar, which is called How to Give Your Trade a Second Chance. All right. Okay. So we're good with this? Any questions regarding just this? Just this. Any question regarding just this? Clear concept. Perfect. Awesome. Rajat's created a nice ecosystem. Guys, you guys don't even know the amount of ecosystem we have created. We just finished developing another thing that we're bringing. It's called Dominion Prop Tech. Dominion Prop Tech is a technology provider for prop firms. Like prop firms, they pay a lot of money for their tech. They pay something crazy like 35 to 40%, 50% off of their sales. So, I mean, yeah, it's nuts. It's very, very nuts. It's a big monopoly. Okay, best time frame to find the trend: 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes. You can discuss about impulse entries. No, way too complicated. Risk to passive funding challenge irrelevant. If the previous candle stop loss is too far, where would you put the stop loss based on a smaller time frame? Okay, so I guess we're good with this one, right? Because now the questions are getting a little bit irrelevant. So now we're going to move on to the next one. Perfect. Support resistance. Okay. How do you define a support formed? How do you define a support form? Someone who's very experienced, what's the criteria of a support form? Wow, Mahmoud looks so comfortable with that shisha on the sofa. Beautiful. Support formed a bullish candle after a bearish candle. That's 100% correct. Right? 100% correct. The support is formed whenever you have a bullish candle after a bearish candle. So let's say you have a bearish candle coming down like this, boom, 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 and then you have a bullish candle formed, support formed, right? In resistance, it's the opposite. In resistance, you have first a bullish candle, and then you have a bearish candle form, and this is your resistance. Boom, boom, boom. Resistance right here. That's how I look at supports and resistances. That's it, right? A support is an area on the chart from where the candles are most likely to reject, okay? Which also means there's a high chance for them to finish bullish. That's it. That's the concept. A support is an area where there is a high chance for candles to finish bullish. If the candles are finishing bullish in an area on the chart, that's called support. Support is found at the lows of a particular time frame. Lows, like at the bottom of the market structure. For candles to move bullish, they have to create higher highs and higher lows, right? Like from support, there's a high probability for candles to form higher highs and higher lows. 30-minute and above time frames provide the best confirmation for supports. Very, very, very simple concept for support. Right? So let's say price comes down, right? And this is a support, and you have a bearish candle, and you have a bullish candle right over here. You have a bullish candle right here, and now you're saying that, okay, where can the next candle go? You're like, okay, well, maybe it can go down, maybe it can go up. You wait, next candle goes up. Now you got to ask yourself that, okay, now if our range is up over here, what's the probability of the next candle to just drop down, or what's the probability for it to go up? That's all what you're calculating in your mind. In your mind, you're just calculating that, okay, is there a higher chance for the next candle to go up, or is there a higher chance for the next candle to go down? If the next candle has to go up, what does it have to do to go up? It has to respect the low right over here, and it has to create a higher high to continue to push up. Like this candle has to look something like this to go up. Well, not as ugly as that, but you get the point. So that's all what it is. Now you're waiting. You're like, okay, perfect. Next candle did go up because now we're making higher highs and higher lows from support. How do you look at wicks when identifying support resistance? Do you include the wicks? No, just the bodies. Just the bodies. Do you call it a support for this? A bullish candle closed after bearish candle, but the candle's high is lower than the previous. Yeah, sure, it's still support form. But I see a support there before because of red candle and green candle, but that didn't work out. Where? Right over here? Where, there, here, where? Yeah, because this candle had no wick on the top, right? What did we just learn? The candle had no wick on the top. So you wait for the next candle to close. And look how the next candle closed. Next candle closed with a smaller body than the previous one. So this means smaller body means then maybe volume going up is dying, right? But look at this body, small body, bigger body, and now you're like, oh, okay, maybe volume is starting to go up now. So that's why it has a bigger body. And then this went boom. And then we have a small body right here, and yeah, whatever. Right? Okay. All these candles are from the 30-minute time frame. That's irrelevant. These are from the 1 hour time frame, 30-minute time frame. They can be from the 4-hour time frame, the weekly, daily, so on and so forth. Some guy owes me money, and this guy is not paying me. Do you try only to catch one candle? Yeah, I try to catch one 30-minute candle because if I'm trading gold or if I'm trading pound yen, one 30-minute candle or one 1-hour candle is going to be more than enough. That's all what I'm going to try to do. Okay, let's take a look at this resistance thing right over here. A resistance is an area on the chart from where the candles are most likely to reject, which means there's a high chance for them to finish bearish, right? A resistance is a place where candles can finish bearish. They have a high probability. Resistance is found at the highs of a particular time frame. Obviously, for candles to move bearish, they have to create a lower lows and lower highs. 30-minute and above time frames provide the best confirmations. Now, we have a scenario right over here. And what does this scenario tell us? This scenario tells us that this was a strong body candle. And next we had a doji, which means indecision. Then we had another doji, which means indecision. So after looking at these two candles, where do you think price is going to go? Can we tell where the price is going to go? Can we confidently say that the price is going to go up or down? No, we can't. We don't know. So we got to wait for price. So we got to wait for the next candle to close, basically. So we're going to wait for the next candle to close, and next candle closes bullish. Someone said sell. This is why you lose, right? Now the next candle said, okay, bullish. We're like, okay, awesome. Bullish, but we have these wicks right over here. So we got to wait. Now we have a bigger body candle forming right here. We have clean range. Even though sometimes we cannot take a trade, right? Sometimes we cannot take a trade, we can still kind of like, we can still guesstimate where the price is going to go. So just by looking at this right here, you can say, okay, like, what? Yeah, this looks like a sell. Even though maybe I'm not able to take a trade because, the stop loss is too big or whatever the hell the problem is, but you do know that there's a high probability for the next candle to continue pushing down, right? So the next candle pushes down because we created a resistance, we came down and, so on and so forth. And then we continue to move further down. So in this slide, all we had to focus on is support. A support is formed when you have a bullish candle forming after a bearish candle, right? A resistance is formed when you have a bearish candle forming after a bullish candle. Resistance. That's it. So any issues at this point right here? Support, resistance. Good to go. Good to go. Perfect. We are good to go. Okay, going once, going twice, going thrice. No breaks. Break time? Break time is for the weak, son. We're not weak. Break time is for the weak. There's no need for breaks. All right, risk management 2.0. Risk management 2.0. How do you define a stop loss? Right? A stop loss is a level on the chart which, once broken, it nullifies the trade. Identifying that level before executing a trade is the first step. Right? So whenever you take a trade, you always have a stop loss identified right there whenever you take a trade. So whenever you take a trade, you know exactly the point on the chart. If price comes there, it's just going to nullify your trade. That's your stop loss. You should always have a stop loss. When candles are trending bullish, they make higher highs and higher lows. Best practice is to place stops below the lows of the candle, right? So whenever you're taking buys, your stop loss will always go below the low of the previous candle. When either that's on the 30-minute time frame or the 1 hour time frame. When executing a buy, candles have to respect the lows of the previous candles. For example, right? We have an example right over here. Hungry lunch? No, I haven't had lunch. I haven't had breakfast. I haven't had lunch. My first meal of the day is going to be in 3 hours. I'm still hungry, but I'm not hungry for food. I'm hungry for success. So yeah, that's what I do. Also sometimes, like, when I sit to eat, I don't eat when I'm full. I leave some of my tummy empty because there's that hunger of success. Because once you fill your stomach with food, you get lazy, you want to go to sleep and this and that. So yeah, no. Okay. All right. So now let's say we're at the support and we have a candle that's closing bullish right here. Right? And you're saying that, okay, we are support, candle's closing bullish, and I want to take a buy. And whenever you're taking a buy, your stop loss will always go below the previous candle, right? If this candle breaks the low right here, then your trade is no longer valid. And I know a question is going to be there. Oh, yeah, Raja, sometimes, the candle comes down, it breaks the low, and then it continues to move up. We have a webinar on that as well. We have a webinar on that. So we're just going to focus on this. Then we have a support, and candle forms a support. Your stop loss goes below the previous candle all the time. Right? And then we come down and whatever. Now, when candles are trending bearish, it's the complete opposite. They make lower lows and lower highs. The best practice is to place stops above the highs of the candle, usually 30-minute or 1 hour, when executing a sell. Candles have to respect the highs of the previous candles, right? Whenever you're taking sells, the candle has to respect the high of the previous candle. For example, let's say we're right over here. Candle comes up, bullish candle, and then it's followed by a bearish candle. Now you have a bearish candle at resistance, and you want to take a sell. Whenever you want to take a sell at this point, your stop loss will always go above this candle right here. And you're expecting the next candle to continue pushing down. That's all what you're doing. If this candle breaks the high, then the sell is invalid. It's not going to work. Take a look at this right here. Right? Even if it forms a wick, it has to respect the high of the previous candle. And the price moves up, moves down, and then the candle bodies start to get smaller and smaller. So, right? That's the case right here. Risk Management 2.0 is where to put your stop losses. Your stop losses, when you're trying to take buys, they go below the previous candle. If you're trying to take sells, they go above the previous candle. Do you think it's advisable to add the spread or not? Yeah, add the spread. I usually put the stops like 2 or 3 pips above the candle if I'm taking a sell, or 2 to 3 pips below the candle if I'm taking a buy. Man, I did legs today, so my legs are cramping a little bit. How can you use Fibonacci in a trade? Wrong answer right there. Fibonacci, I don't use Fibonacci's. I don't have Fibonacci's, I'm sorry. Okay. Momentum versus volatility. Momentum versus volatility. Volume is determined by the time of the market you are in, right? So whenever you're looking at the volume, or whenever you're trying to identify when there's going to be volume in the market, it's determined by the time you are in. Price moves much faster when there's volume in the market, right? Much faster when there's volume in the market. What are some things that identify volume in the market? Market open, has a lot of volume. What do you think about to increase the stop loss? I don't think nothing about to increase the stop loss. Market close, news events, breaking news, and speeches. These are what basically bring a lot of volume in the market. Next, we have volatility. Volatility is the uncertainty in the market, right? Sometimes you see candles that form like this, right? Sometimes you see, we have a support and candle is moving up like this, and the candle is moving up like this, and then you have, let's say, a bearish candle forming like this, and then you have a candle moving up like this, and then out of nowhere, you have a candle that does this, right? This is a volatile candle. A volatile candle is a candle that breaks the highs and lows of the previous candle. That's a volatile candle. For a 30-minute bullish candle, what if on 15-minute went higher to form first, came down from lower wick, and then ended bullish in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and still choppy? Yeah, close 50%. So that's also coming in risk management. Can we have the educational side of the webinar? Yes, they will be given to you by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, right? So volatile candle is a candle that breaks the highs and lows of the previous candle. So yeah, this means that it is really tough to know which way the market will move. During the volatile time, you may notice candles move haphazardly on a chart. which is a sign to stay away till the market calms down. Yes. So whenever you have a lot of volatility with news, with like flash crashes, candles moving up and down, just wait. Just gotta wait. And spreads don't give me any indication. Most times I think out loud, so yeah. So high impact news brings a lot of volatility. Yeah, my AC is working. Dead market hours, market open, Trump, it used to bring a lot of volatility, sudden change in economy, that brings a lot of volatility. Now, momentum is the byproduct of volume and volatility in the market. Without any volume, price can never be in momentum. A momentum is not measured by an amount of pips. Momentum is basically measured by the amount of movement there is in the market. Like if price is moving bullish and we're creating support, and there's volume in the market, then you can say that, okay, there's volume in the market, we're creating support, price is bullish. This means the momentum is also bullish. What's the longest period you have taken a break from trading? Probably 2 months. We've been working on the brokerage 2 months. So momentum, stuff like that. So I don't like to put a lot of weight on, oh, there's momentum or there's volume, there's volatility. No, I don't do that. All I do is I look at the time that I'm going to trade. Let's say I look at pre-London, London Open, and I see that, okay, pre-London and London Open, there's volume at this time. So I'm only going to focus on this. That's all what I do. But I try to keep these things in mind too, momentum. So the thing that causes a lot of momentum and what momentum really does is that it will break support and resistance zones. So whenever you have volume in the market, guys, listen to this very, very carefully. Whenever you have volume in the market, you will have price breaking support resistance zones. There will be changes in trends, and there's going to be formation of large candles. Right? Anticipating price to reach zones and targets. Do you have FOMO looking at these candles? Oh, yeah, I get FOMO sometimes. But I know that if I have FOMO, I just call it a day and then I come back the next day. On a breakout, say a bearish breakout, do you always wait for price to retest the support? Yes. How do you look for TPs when we have multiple resistances? We'll take a look at that. What is FOMO? FOMO means fear of missing out. Yeah, Trump. Awesome. Let's move on to the next one right here. Which break of support resistance zones are most important? The first ones. Okay. What are wick fills? Wick fills are filled whenever price is in momentum and there's volume in the market. This is where now we are slowly moving into market structure, right? Like directly into market structure, candles and all that stuff. We're slowly moving into market structure right now. Wick fills start from the lower time frame market structure, which leads to high time frame wick fills. So what this means is that you can have a high time frame candle like this, and then you can say that, okay, if someone asks you that what's the that what can the next candle look like, right? And very easily you can say, okay, yeah, there's a high probability of a next candle to maybe look something like this, right? So this was a wick. This is maybe a 4-hour time frame, and it filled the wick right over here. And this is basically what a wick fill is on the higher time frame. But on the lower time frame, there's not going to be a wick fill, but there's going to be you're going to be looking at some sort of a market structure to do this wick filling. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this wick fill down into market structure. That's what we're going to do. Are you ready? Is it safest, for an example, if you are bullish, to wait for the 4-hour support before yeah, you can do that too. You can do that as well. Now, let's say we got the higher time frame right here, right? We got the high time frame, and the candle is bearish right here. Now, if this candle is bearish, we have to break this down into the lower time frame. So for example, right, we have a bullish candle. So a bullish candle came in, we maybe created this, like, price went to the high. So let's do this right here. So this is the high right over here. This is the high. And maybe this is the high on this same bullish candle at this point. Next, we have a bearish candle. Now price is trying to move down, which means now we've created this wick right over here on the lower time frame, and the next candle starts to move down, and next candle starts to move down some more. So maybe we're creating a low for this bigger high time frame candle, right? And then price starts to go up. Perfect. So what has this formed? This has formed a low, right? This is a low right here. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 candles, 6, right? So this is 6 candles, and this is, one, whatever. Now, if we were to ask that, okay, if price is trending down, let's say we were at some sort of resistance, and we have some sort of a resistance right here, and price is trending, let's say down, price is trending down right here. The next candle can form like this, right? So now, if we think the next move is going to be a bearish move, what's the first thing that we need to wait for price to go bearish? What do we have to wait for? One solid red candle. That's correct. One solid red candle we have to wait for. And that solid red candle will mean that we have to wait for a resistance to form. So we got to wait. Can we take a sell over here? No, because there's no resistance. Next one. Can we take a sell over here? Now we're approaching a resistance. No. Nope. Can we take a sell over here? We have resistance formed, right? We have resistance formed. Now, if we're looking at this, you're also asking yourself that, okay, what's the probability for price to continue pushing down? There's a very high probability for price to continue moving down. Let's say this range was, let's say this is a, 25 pip range, right? 25 pip range, you can take a sell for price to move down. There's a very high probability for price to move down. And if you go back, so price moves down, right? There's a very high probability for price to move down. But William, what are you doing, man? But are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? William, what the fuck do these arrows mean over here? I also said it. We are in a downtrend, and we are in a downtrend. Like, come on, man. You're attentively typing, but you're not attentively listening. You got to listen attentively, brother. Come on. Right? So we move down. But there's also the case that maybe, so there was a high probability for price to move down, but also there's a low probability that price can go back up, right? There's a low probability that price can start to go up here as well, right? And then if your stop loss was right here, you would get stopped out. Didn't see the arrow. Oh my God. Oh my God. You didn't see the arrow? Holy. Yeah, right? So there can be a lower probability for price to go up. So if you do take a sell, if you take a sell and price goes up and stops you out, that's totally fine. Because you were trading your plan, you waited for confirmation, you took a trade, and you lost while trading the plan. That's perfectly fine. When you do lose trading the plan, you have to manage risk, and that's something that we're going to talk about next. That how to manage risk when you lose a trade while you trade your plan. Right? So, just on this, market structure-wise, there's only a couple things you need to focus on. To wait for the candle to close in your direction, and to wait for a resistance to form. That's all what you got to focus on. So we're good? We're good with this? No, this is not, we're not looking in fundamentals. What if there's no what if scenarios. Enter on close or below the low. Enter on close. You have to enter on close. Awesome. Perfect. Cool beans. Oh, we moved on further down over here. Right. So let's go. Okay. All right. So let's take what's the time right here? This is 3:10. Let's take a 5 minute break. Let's take a 5 minute break and then we're gonna come back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna leave this open right over here as well. So we're gonna take a 5 minute break and then we will come back and we're gonna talk about managing risk. Perfect. All right. Oh, Razo is driving. I like the determination. Very nice. I like that. What if we were going back and filling and we had one or two small supports in the lower time frame? Yeah, like no. We're not going to talk about what if scenario. There can be, but then you're counting on volume. But anyway, it's break time. So 3:12. Let's come back at like 3:12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 3:17. Hassan Chata listening to you in the gym. All right. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Where's the thing here that shows you the volume? Oh, right there. Look what I have. So I'll show you what I eat normally. I make boiled egg peanut butter bites. Is that a real gun? Yes. So look at this. I take boiled eggs, I cut them in half, and then I fill the boiled eggs with peanut butter. Like that, like that, like that. And it's so good. Oh, it's very good. Protein, nutrients, right? It's amazing. But sometimes if I'm like, have the munchies or whatever, then I'm going to add ketchup to this mix. And that's so nice. You got the eggs, ketchup, the sweetness, and peanut butter. All right. One more egg and then we're on our way. You need so much energy. No, I don't. I don't actually. So this is my first meal of the day. Eggs with peanut butter. In about 3 hours, I'm gonna have some chicken, and then in the evening, I'm gonna have two lava cakes. Domino lava cakes. Oh my God, so good. Two lava cakes. Yeah. Sorry, question. I want to review your trades taken on multi-million-dollar account on my FX book. Can I do that? Um, yeah, maybe I'm going to release that sometime, but not at this time, no, because it's something private I'm running for myself. But anyway, risk management 3.0, very important. Using dynamic risk versus static risk, how to cut losses short, right? So first, we need to understand the market structure. And that's something that we did with the previous slide with wick fills and market structure, right? So now we're going to look at how to cut losses short. For example, let's say we got a bullish candle coming up towards resistance. We're coming up towards resistance, right? And then we have a bearish candle forming. This means we have a resistance formed at this point. Now you have some sort of, oh my God, man, what are these questions? I'm just going to close the chat over here. When we should take the entry after closing or breaking of the previous. I'm talking about risk management, and this guy is asking about when we should take the entries. Like, come on. What? There's a specific webinar on this in the database if you're not in the database. Now I'm going to leave it on because I like to roast people here and there. So anyway, we got resistance formed, and now you're like, okay, we got resistance formed. What's the probability for the next candle to continue pushing down? You're like, okay, there's a high probability for the next candle to continue pushing down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have let's say a 3% risk right over here. So let's say you're using a static 3% risk. You take a sell right here, and you're saying, okay, now the candle is going to go down. Now, if, for example, so let's say your stop loss is right over here, right? If price comes up and hits your stop loss, you're losing 3%. Make sense? Makes sense. You're losing the full 3% if price comes up and hits your stop loss. That's static risk. In the same way, if let's say you have a bearish candle forming and then you have a bullish candle that's forming right over here, right? And the next one you say, okay, like, there's a high probability for price to continue pushing up. You're like, okay, I'm going to have my stop loss below the candle and anticipate the next candle to move bullish. And you're still like, you're buying at this point. You have a 2% risk. If price comes down and hits your stop loss, you're losing 2%. Right? This is static risk. Now we're also going to talk about later on how to manage risk when you're using static risk, right? So the idea is to never let hit you with a complete risk. This method takes experience, and dynamic risk is extremely useful. Now, when you're using static risk, obviously you're losing full 3%, full 2%. But let's say, for example, you're not using static risk. Let's say you're using dynamic risk at this point. So let's remove all this. And let's start to use dynamic risk now, right? 3%. So let's say you take your first sell right over here, and this first sell is now you want to break down your 3% risk into 1%, 2, 1%, and 3, 1%, right? This is your 1% risk. And you notice that, okay, price is starting to retrace now. And as price is retracing, you're like, okay, I know price is going to go down and price is retracing. And as long as this candle does not break the high of the previous candle, I think the sell should still be valid. So you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to add another sell, which is going to be 1%, right? Now, total, you have 2% risk running. Now, what I like to do is if I have three positions that I can add, I'm going to add one at the start. I'm going to add second at the retrace. And if price, let's say, starts to move further up and stops me out, how much am I losing out of the 3%? If I get stopped out at this point, how much am I losing? 2%, right? I'm going to lose 2% if it hits my stop loss. So what happened? I manage, well, whatever the risk is, I'm losing less than 3% if price hits my stop loss. Now, if I have these two open and I'm like, okay, like, you know what? Price moved up, whatever, and now price is starting to move back down. As it comes to the entry point, I'm going to add another 1% risk. The third and last position I'm adding once it starts to go in my favor again. Make sense? So whenever you're using dynamic risk, no matter what risk you have, you're cutting your risk into multiple positions, whether it could be 1 position, 2 position, 3 position, 4, whatever, right? And then slowly you're deploying those positions onto the charts. Break of the low, that's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. I do it when it crosses the entry, right? So you enter first. Let's do this again on the buy side, right? So let's say you have a buy right over here. You have a buy right over here. Your total risk is 2%. Now in this 2%, you say, okay, you know what? If I have a risk, 2% risk, and you're like, I want to be super safe. I want to be super comfortable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open 4 0.5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to open 4 0.5. So what I'm going to do is first buy is going to go right over here, 0.5. Once price starts to retrace, then I'm going to add another one, 0.5. You're like, okay, perfect. Now that these two in, my total risk is 2%. I have 2 positions in because I'm using dynamic risk, right? Then price starts to go back up, comes to your entry point. You're like, okay, let me add another one. You add another 0.5. And now you're like, okay, you know what? Now I want to add one more. So you've done 1, 2, 3, right? And now you're like, okay, the second one, the last one you add as price breaks the high, 0.5, dynamic risk. That's how you use dynamic risk, right? Like whenever you want to enter a position, you enter your smallest risk first. When there's a retracement, you add to that as long as it does not break the low of the previous candle. As long as the low is respected in a buy, you add the position. And once price starts to go back in profits, then you're free to add more if you really want. Do you wait for bid and ask? I don't look at bid and ask, I look at the full spread. How do we know 0.5 in magic keys? Mine only seems to allow me to go to 1%. Yeah, there's an update for that actually. This will be a 4 separate trades on the same pair at the same time. Yeah, this will be one trade idea, but you've broken your risk into 4 different positions. Yeah. So basically you've broken your trade. It's the same trade idea, but you've broken your trade into 4 different positions. That's all what it is. Right? So I like to use static risk. I don't use, like, very rarely I'm going to use dynamic risk. Not all the time I'm going to use dynamic risk, but most of the time I'm going to use static risk, and that's something we're going to talk about in the next slide. But so far, right over here, we're good so far with dynamic risk. You're breaking your positions, your stop loss remains the same, and you're adding positions slowly. But you got to be very, very careful, because sometimes, we want to add positions too fast. Like, our button, like, hold on. Yeah, so this whole idea of stacking positions and adding positions, that's well executed on dynamic risk. You can't just say, oh, yeah, I'm going to keep on double order. I don't know. That's totally up to you. So, awesome. Let's move on to the next one. All right, let's move on to the next one over here. So the idea is to never let price stop you out with your complete risk. So no matter whatever your stop loss is, you're never letting price hit you with the full thing over here. All stop losses below the last low, or yeah, all stop losses are at the same thing. Dynamic risk is extremely useful when the probability of outcome is low and you want to enter with a lower risk. It's always best to practice reduced risk when you're unsure. So whenever you think that price can go in your favor, but you're not 100% sure, or let's say you're not fully confident, then you can use dynamic risk, because you want to go in slowly, low risk, see how it goes, then add risk more, then add risk, and that's how you do it. All right. Now, static risk, right? Static risk 3.0. How to effectively cut losses short. If a buy trade is executed on the 1 hour or 30 minute, we expect candles to continue making higher highs and higher lows, right? Right? If a buy is executed, we think candles are going to make higher highs and higher lows, in the anticipation that as long as the candles close in our direction, the trade should be valid, and it's opposite for itself. So whenever you're taking a buy, you're expecting candles to make higher highs and higher lows, right? So on the 30-minute and the 1 hour, if the candles are closing bullish and they're respecting the lows. If on a smaller time frame, let's say specifically on the 15-minute, if a candle closes opposite in your direction, then there's a probability that price may go against you, right? So I'm going to explain this again. If you're taking a buy and the 30-minute candle is closing bullish, let's see right here. Let's say you have a 30-minute candle, it closes bullish, right? And on the 15-minute, let's say you have a bullish candle right here and a bullish candle right here, right? And let's say you take a buy. You take a buy, B for buy, you take a buy. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Let's do it like this. Right? So you take a buy right over here. You take a buy. Now you're expecting the next 30-minute candle to continue up, which means that the 15-minute candle should also continue pushing up. But if the 15-minute candle closes bearish right here, I'm closing 50%. I'm closing 50%. Or if the 15-minute candle hasn't closed and it breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, I'm closing 50%. I'm not taking any chances. I'm not taking any chances because if a low is broken in an uptrend, I'm closing 50%. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no nothing. Especially if this is the first trade of the week for me. If it's the first trade of the week or the first, Monday, Tuesday of the week, I'm closing 50%. Wednesday, Thursdays on the 15-minute, I'll still give it a little bit of a chance. But for starters, the standard of managing risk is if you see on the smaller time frame that the candle closes against you or it does something that you don't like, you're closing 50%. There should be no ifs or buts around that at all. There should be no hope. Oh no, I hope it's going to go up. No, fuck hope. You're closing 50%. People lose because you don't manage risk. You lose because price is going to hit your stop loss deep. Okay. How many of you guys, when price goes in drawdown and approaches your stop loss, how many of you have this feeling, oh yeah, it's going to hit stop loss? You guys had that feeling before? It's going to hit stop loss and it hits stop loss? Yeah, right? How many times? When it approaches the stop loss and you have that feeling it's going to hit stop loss. How many times? How many times out of 100? Every time. Many times. Many times. And how many of you have had the balls to actually close 50% having that feeling? Very less. Very less amount of times we have those balls to close 50%. You know what this is? We don't trust our instinct. You have to trust that inner voice in you that says, hey, for example, William or Tiffany, right? For example, hey, price is about to hit stop loss. Let's close 50%. Let's close it. That little voice, you have to trust that inner voice of yours. It's that same inner voice when you meet a random stranger on the road and that voice tells you that this is a bad guy, stay away from this guy, you stay away from the guy, right? So whenever price hits your stop loss or comes closer to hit your stop loss, that voice is going to be your friend. It's going to tell you that, hey, it's going to hit your stop loss, manage risk, close 50%. Move my stop loss and thought maybe it'll come back. Yeah, no. Yeah, you got to close always. So whenever price does something you don't like, just close 50%. Right? What does this do whenever you do that? This reduces risk in a possible trade and never close full. The reason why you should never close full is what if price starts to go in your favor again without hitting your stop loss? Right? So it's going to reduce risk in a possible bad trade. It's going to alleviate some stress. It's going to have you not having to worry about the trade. Do you then add back to the position? Yes, I do. And there's a webinar on that as well. It increases your confidence. So let's look at the example over here. You have a high time frame, right? You have a high time frame, 30-minute candle, bearish candle coming down to support. Question is, can we take a buy? No, we can't because it's a bearish candle. Okay, no problem. Next, we have a bullish candle. Can we take a buy at support? Yes, we can. So we'll take a buy, right? Boom, we take a buy. Now, this 30-minute candle, what does this look like on the 15-minute time frame? Two bullish candles form like this. Perfect, right? So this means that the next 15-minute candle can create a lower wick, but it shouldn't break this low, and it should continue to push up. Now, we wait. Next 15-minute candle, it breaks the low of the previous 15-minute candle, right? So for example, let's say we took a buy right over here, right? Which means we took a buy right over here. And this 15-minute candle broke the low of the previous 15-minute candle. I'm closing 50% right here. 50% close right here as it breaks the low right here. Right? So this bearish 15-minute candle looks like this on the 30-minute time frame. Bearish, right? And the next one can go up. But point to remember is that there's no rule on how much percentage you should close. With practice, you will be better. Always be aware of the candles closing against you or breaking the lows or previous highs of the previous candles. Right? It's very important. Whenever a candle does something that you don't like or you haven't seen before, just close 50%, 100%. Just close it. There's no need to wait or hope and stuff like that. And don't close the entire thing because sometimes, like, when price comes to a stop loss, we panic and we close everything. But close 50%, 90%, 80%, leave something running. Because when you leave something running, right? So let's say, for example, right here, right? Right here, you close 70% and you leave 30% running and your stop loss is right down over here and price never comes to your stop, it starts to go back up here now. Now, what happened? You're still in the trade, right? You're still in a trade. You feel better about yourself, right? But if you close the whole thing and price goes back up, now you're like, oh, shit, man, here we go again. I have missed the trade once again, a winning trade because I panicked and I closed 100%, right? You close partials and you leave the rest running. The more you see this happen, the more confident you're going to get. And the more you're going to start to think of ways that, okay, where can I add a position back to my trade? Because we have a webinar on this too. Right? So always let something running. Always, all the time. 0.01, 0.1, 0.05. I don't give a fuck. But leave some small amount still running because that small amount running in your favor, it can really help you mentally. Psychologically, it can really help you. If it closes but doesn't break the low, you close 50%? Yes, I do close 50%. I do. That's my rule. In the beginning, it was my rule. But then, as you become more confident, you start to take more chances, you close less amounts. Also, it depends on if you're in profits, if you're in profits, let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday you close less, you let the rest run. So, confident. So the goal is to preserve capital, keep it safe, and don't F up. That's a bad word, so we're just going to use F up. In what situation you close full? Most of your losses are less than 5 pips. In what situations I close full? I very rarely close full. Only when I'm trading news, buy stops, sell stops. That's when I close full. But in this one, this was when you're using static risk. We're good with that? So 1 hour entry management should be done on 30-minute, not 15-minute. Yeah, it should be done on 15-minute. I do trade risk management on 15-minute, sometimes 30-minute, right? So far we're good. Yeah, my mic was on mute because I was having my egg. How important is it to start off the week in positive account balance? Sometimes my week starts with a negative. Sometimes my week starts with a loss. But But that's fine. That's no big deal at all. How long do you wait for CPI? Ryan, as much as I love you and as much as, like, we're like friends, that's an irrelevant question for this CPI during this webinar. Do you sometimes also check 5 minute? No, I don't. I have to go. What a learning full webinar so far. I will probably rewatch it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we will do webinars like this. There's going to be one more done in December when we have the holidays. In December, we'll do another one. Okay. Bicep time. Whoa. Biceps. Okay. Technicals, support, and resistance. A support is a level on the chart where candles are most likely to reverse after dropping, right? A support is a level on the chart from where candles are most likely to reverse after dropping. Usually a bullish candle on the 30-minute time frame or higher. After a bearish candle can simply form your support. So it's basically like, when does support form? Do you move your stop loss? Never, ever, ever move your stop loss. Never move your stops. Moving stop losses is not advisable, as Christine said. This will only increase your loss of capital. That's absolutely true. A resistance is a level on a chart where candles are most likely to reverse after moving up. We've talked about this as well. Resistance is formed when you have a bearish candle forming after a bullish candle, right? All support resistance zones are just zones. It's never a specific price. Okay, let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about range and zones, right? A range is the distance. Okay, so we have these two zones right here. We have a top resistance zone and we have a bottom support zone. Let's say price is coming down to support, right? To support, and we form a bullish candle right here. Let's say this is a 20 pip range. 20 pip range. Is this a good range to trade? 20 pip range. Is this a good range to trade? This is a bad range to trade. Because at the same time, this candle is, let's say, 5 to 8 pips, right? So this is less than a 20 pip range now for price to move up. But let's say if this is a 40 pip range, then it's a very good range to trade, right? So your range has to be good too. So for me to trade a range, or for me to execute within a range, my range needs to be 25 pips and above. If I can have a 25 pips and above range, I think that's a very, very good range. And I'm always going to try to trade that range. 25 pips and above, that's a good range for me to trade, right? Also at the same time, let's say, for example, okay, let me see what's ahead of this right here. Okay, right. So now, for example, let's say that now in this scenario, we had a candle closing down at support, right? You can easily take a buy, even if it's like a 40 pip range. Let's say this is a 40 pip range. You can still take a buy after this candle close. But what if this bullish candle was, let's say, somewhere right here in the middle, right? Let's say this bullish candle was somewhere right here in the middle. Now, can you take a buy at this point if it's in the middle? If the candle is in the middle of a range, right? What's the probability that price will continue to go up versus continuing to go down, right? Let me ask you another question. Is it safer to take a buy from support, or is it safer to take a buy in the middle of a range? It's safer to take a buy from support, right? At the same time, is it safer to take a sell from resistance versus is it safer to take a sell from in the middle of a range? From resistance. If you take a sell from resistance, there's a very high probability price will go down. If you take a sell from in the middle of a range, there's a 50-50 probability price may go up or it may go down. right? So we're never executing on a probability that's 50-50. We're never doing that. We're always executing when there's a higher probability. Like a lot of guys, what they do is they will take a buy right over here. Right over here. After support is formed. Right over here, they'll take a buy. Right? This is a little bit risky. Then some guys, what will do is they will take a buy right over here. At this point here and say, oh yeah, I'm going to take a buy. No, man, like we've already moved 1, 2 candles. You can't. Which range do you usually use? 30 minute to 1 hour. I don't care about the 30 minute or the 1 hour range. I care about the size of the range. I care about the size. If the size is 25 pips and above, I'll execute in that range. So yeah, so in this slide, all you got to focus on is range. How big is your range? And are you taking a trade from support or are you taking a trade from resistance? Is it necessary to calculate the amount of profit loss, or rather it should be amount of 25 pips? The range should be 25 pips. I don't look at profit loss. I look at the range that I have over there. Right? Now we're going to get to some fun part over here. What's the time? We're on track. Oh, candle trends. Trending candles. Candle trends are mostly noticeable in trending market, right? What type of a formation do candles make when price is moving bullish? Higher highs and higher lows, right? A candle trend would either start from support or resistance, right? A trend is either going to be a downtrend or an uptrend. Sometimes you execute in a small range and then market fly to your favorite site. Yes, sometimes I do that because I've been trading for about 8 years. I've been profitable for 6 years. So I have that experience, experience counts. It's like, LeBron James. LeBron James may say you have to shoot a certain way, but sometimes he may shoot a different way and you're like, hey, you said shoot this way. He said no, but you can also shoot how do you determine support resistance zone? How many points? Oh my God, man, brother, you determine support resistance zone like after best form of confirmation is on the 30-minute and a higher time frame. So we're going to talk about confirmations. They're mostly on the high time frames, lower time frames, but mostly the confirmations are always going to be on the 30-minute time frame. If a trend is bearish or there is a confirmation at resistance, candles will make lower lows and lower highs, right? If the trend is bullish or there's a confirmation at support, a confirmation at support means a bullish candle forming at support. Okay? That's the confirmation. If you have a bullish candle forming, a healthy bullish candle forming at support, that's the confirmation. And that means there's a high probability for price to make higher highs and higher lows. This right here is a good candle trend, right? Candles are making lower lows and lower highs. This right here, another good confirmation of candle trends, candles making higher highs and higher lows. This is not candle trend. This is formation of support. Now remember, I'm not going to talk about points. This is formation of support right here, right? This right here is a formation of resistance. This is not candle trend. This is formation of resistance. Right? We're good? We're good. When candles are trending, they must respect the highs in a bearish trend, and they must respect the lows in a bullish trend. All right. Oh, it's this over here. Let's do this. Okay. So now we have a chart. So I want some sort of I want some audience. So raise your hands, whoever wants to do this here. Hands raised. NR. All right. Asked to unmute. Perfect. Asked to unmute. Hello? Oh, nothing. Next one. Christine, there we go. Asked to unmute. How to raise hand? It's a little tricky. Hey, Christine, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So, what's happening right over here?
We're in a downtrend.
We're in a downtrend. Perfect. And how are the candles forming at this point?
Uh, we form support down here, over
Okay.
here.
Yeah, yeah, we form support. So, do you think this is a good idea to take some sort of a buy at this point?
No,
No?
not
Okay.
yet.
Oh, yeah,
Not yet.
not yet. Okay,
I
okay.
need another candle to break the previous candle.
All right. So, you're gonna wait.
Yes.
All right, let's wait. Oh, what's happening over here?
Uh-oh.
Hold on. We have some problems. Oh, these are not working. Interesting. Okay, let's do this one. This one. Yeah, that wasn't working. So same idea. We have a downtrend,
Hmm.
right? We have a downtrend at this point. So we can't take a sell,
Right. We already missed it.
yeah, and we can't take a buy.
So we wait.
Oh, perfect. We wait. Now we have a bullish candle forming right over here.
Okay. So we have support.
Okay, we have support. We have support, and we have resistance right here.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So in a downtrend, do you think this is going to be a good idea to take a buy maybe to fill this range?
No, that doesn't look like a big range.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
correct.
tell.
All right. So what do we do? If we're not taking a trade, what are we doing?
Waiting.
We're waiting. Perfect. We're waiting. Awesome. Oh, look at that candle over there.
Oof.
Does this look like a good buy over here or a sell?
No.
Nothing.
No.
All
No,
right.
not yet. We're waiting.
So we're waiting. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Bullish candle.
Okay.
But we have resistance.
We have resistance. We're too close to the top.
Yes, we are too close to the top. So
So we wait.
wait, okay, waiting. Oh, look at that. Now the body is getting smaller.
Okay. That's good. This is
That-
good.
Yeah, that's good, right? That's
This is
good.
good.
Waiting. The hardest part is just waiting when the candles are moving, right? When the
Yes.
candles are moving, you're like, oh, sell, oh, buy. But when the candles close, then you're like, okay, now then we gotta wait. What disqualified the first support? This one? Nothing, because this was a clean candle right here. Oh wow, look at that. Now the bodies are really dying.
So
And
now I'm
obviously,
thinking the bullish candles are losing momentum. So I'm looking
yes.
for some resistance, maybe.
Okay,
But
perfect. Oh, nice.
okay.
So in a downtrend, we have this thing formed over here.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay.
So what's Christine doing over here?
Well, we're still in the middle of a range and we're like right dead in the middle. So we don't have a trade yet.
Okay. But what information do we do have? Okay, so let's talk about the information at hand, right?
Okay.
The trend. What's the trend?
Downtrend.
It's a downtrend, DT, right? Downtrend.
Mhm.
And volume. Do we have volume in the market at this point? So all the scenarios are going to be, pre-London, London Open, New York session, and all that. Do
So
we
that's a
have?
nice full body bearish candle. So I would say
Mhm.
yes, there's some volume.
There's volume because there's a nice, healthy, bullish candle, right? Next thing is,
Mm-hmm.
do we have range? This,
Yes.
this range. It may be like a small range, right? Doesn't look like a big
Yeah.
range,
Yeah.
right? So we have a small range. Nice. Okay. So we have a downtrend, we have volume, small range. Now, when we studied about momentum, we looked at momentum and we looked at volume, and we have this zone right over here, right? These zones are mostly broken when we have momentum in the market, when we have volume
Yeah.
in the market. Okay. So, so, so even though if you don't want to take a trade, right? If you don't want to take a trade, where do you think that the next candle is going to go? Will the next candle will go bullish or will it go bearish?
Bearish. I think
It's
it's going bearish.
it's going to
Yeah.
go like there's a higher
Yeah.
probability it's going to go down,
Yeah.
even though you're not executing on it. Right? Okay, let's take a look what happens to the next one.
Okay.
Nice. It went
Yeah.
down, right?
So the entry could have been at the break of that previous candle after that little wick formed and then it broke the previous body.
Yeah. But even then, even if the candle was in the middle of a range and you weren't confident, okay, yes, in the middle of a range, but we have a downtrend, we have volume, it can go down. It's okay to test it out with smaller lot sizes.
Okay.
Yeah, just take a, yeah, yeah,
Good stuff.
yeah,
Thank
very
you.
good, very good. So, right, so like all this take with a smaller lot size, it's not about why are we not executing here. Could have executed, but with a smaller lot size, some people are going to be more confident. So they may execute with like a regular lot size in the anticipation for price to move down. But the whole idea was that we had a trend down and we waited 1, 2, 3, 4 candles to have a resistance form. Yeah. And also, this was a rejection here too. Some people are pointing that out now. So that was a rejection here as well. Okay. Awesome. We continued to move down. Oh, what's this? All right. We want another volunteer. Um, let's see here. I'm gonna do this one thing here. I'm gonna do any mini mana. Alright, we're getting Rock. We're getting Rock over here. Asked.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Hey,
Hope you're all doing fine. This one is a bit harder, man.
yeah, this one is a difficult one.
I think it's. Can you see my mouse or no?
No, we can't.
Oh, okay. When you had the mouse before, I think there is a resistance formed.
Right
Yeah,
here?
right here.
Okay.
And I would see the not the lower point, the lowest low. Yes, this one. No, not here on the left. Yes, I would count this as some sort of a support. So I would not take any trade here because the price is in the middle of this range.
Okay.
But I'd ever here's the question I've been trying to ask: is this on the left where we see the candles forming lower bodies? It's a small range. If you move from the, it's very hard to navigate if you don't have a
Yeah.
mouse.
So
um,
so this is all we want to know. This is all we want to know. That are you taking a buy, sell, or waiting?
Waiting.
Waiting, yeah, that's it. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just one question, if I can ask.
Yeah.
Is this zone here where the price formed a small support above your mouse right now? Above your mouse on the left here, yes. Is this an area worth considering as important or not?
This is not important because if it
Okay.
was important, then these candles would have done something right here.
Okay. So the important ones are the ones that are drawn here. Like I said, it's a high and it's a low.
Yeah.
It's the zone that you. Okay. Everything
Yeah,
fine. Thank you.
that's true. All right. Discard 1 sec. Seems like this is not functioning the way I had hoped. I'm having some technical issues over here. 1 sec. So how do you do this right here? I want to do one. Yeah, don't worry. Okay, perfect. 1 sec over here. Let me quickly fix this. Go right here. Okay, and we are good.
Okay, but now I see all the faces, none of the charts.
All right, there we go.
Okay, great.
Okay. So we had support.
Yeah.
And we had resistance right here. Awesome. Candle
Waiting.
has waiting? Okay. Still waiting.
Yeah, because it closed without wick on the top, and it's a really small body candle. But
Yeah.
I am seeing a support here, but I would wait for another candle to print for
Okay.
sure. Damn. I would
Bearish.
probably think about selling, but
Oh, there's no buts. There's no buts.
Okay,
Either...
okay. Selling with a smaller lot size. Selling
All
with a smaller lot
right.
size.
So Rook is risking everyone's hard-earned $10,000 over here now.
No, smaller lot size, man.
Rook is trying to take a sell over here. No, that's good. It's good. Like I would take a sell here too. Right? Because candle close like this. So yeah, good. Let's see what happens. Right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would just wait a bit more. My stop loss would be above this small support, the small resistance that has formed with the small. I would wait. Yes, here, right here.
Here.
I would
Okay.
wait to see the next price next candle print.
Oh.
Damn. Would
Right?
close 50% when it crossed the high. So yeah.
Yeah, but still, this idea right here was good because look, right here, we couldn't take a sell, we couldn't take a buy because the candle body was getting smaller, whatever. Next, this one formed, we could do nothing, right? Next, when this candle formed, this closed right here, like a stronger body candle. So it seemed like, okay, yeah, like, there's a high probability for price to continue pushing down.
Exactly.
Right? So that made perfect sense in that.
But I would definitely choose a smaller lot size, a smaller risk for this trade because I don't think this range is big enough. But I would take a sell for sure.
Okay, awesome. Let's see here. Okay, so now what's happening now over here? Now we are
making a support, so
and range.
Yeah.
Range, right? Because now this is the biggest problem we are facing. Yeah. Yeah, because now candles are printing side by side. Now candles are printing side by side. So now you need to see some sort of if we do get a candle to break up or to break down, we may be able to do something. But until that happens, we're just waiting at this point. Oh, now we broke down. Yeah, we are ranging.
Yeah.
Right? We broke down. What's
Yeah,
going
we
to?
did. No trade for me here because I think that the low on the left that we had plotted earlier is still in, so it was not broken. Yeah, this one.
This right here.
Yeah. No sell
Yep,
for me here.
exactly. Good choice. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, damn.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
No, but that was good because right here there was no sell.
Okay, but can we consider this last bearish candle which formed and broke our range? Could we consider this and the next bullish one like that the support was respected and the price should continue up now?
Yeah, the support was respected, but also there was this resistance here as well, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if we're looking at the 30-minute candles, they created resistance, and this
Mhm.
candle it closed below that resistance,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So if guys know about impulse entries, then impulse entries, it would have worked here perfectly well, right? But we're not talking about impulse entries. We're only talking about candles, like about candle confirmations. So here there was no
No
way.
buying. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you for a chance to speak. Thank you.
Yes. But so this I would have taken a sell right over here too. And all these examples are from the trades I have basically taken in the past, right? So this, I took a sell and basically whenever this candle was coming closer to the zone, I closed. I think this was like 10, 15 pips, whatever. And then just price just ranged and my time to trade ended. And later on, I saw price moved up. Then I was like, okay. But right here, this was the sell, a clean sell with candle confirmations, candles closing, and stuff like that. How to decide strong, weak resistance support? The 15-minute is weak, 30-minute is strong, 1 hour is strong, and so on and so forth. I don't look many candles to the left. For the chart, where would you enter the buy? I maybe would have entered the buy right here as we broke above this high. Because the previous candle, it had no wick at the bottom for the bullish candles, and yeah. Okay, we need another one. We need who is coming up right now. And hands are up of all right. Oh, so only the hands that are up are going to be able to participate in this. So we got Mr. Aftab and family. Okay, Forex trader. Okay, next one, Forex trader. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how
Assalamu
are
alaikum,
you?
sir.
Walaikum salam. How are you? Good?
Alhamdulillah, sir.
Are you guys resting, trying to sleep, or what?
No, sir, we are just watching because my laptop, English sir कम आती है इसलिए मेरा लैपटॉप जो है
No.
ना Zoom में वहाँ पे
Okay.
हैंग हो रहा था, अभी ये मोबाइल में देख रहे हैं।
Okay. So what's happening here? What do you see?
सर ये कैंडल जो है डाउन डाउन जा रही है और ये जो
Yeah,
सपोर्ट न्यू बनी है।
listen. Brother, you have to talk in English because audience is, English.
अच्छा, वो सर किसी और को देखें, सॉरी इंग्लिश मुझे नहीं आती ज्यादा।
Okay. Simple. Candles from here, buy, sell, yeah, wait.
कैंडल सेलिंग प्रिंट कर रही है सर।
Selling. Okay. So you take sell or wait?
थोड़ा वेट करेंगे, ये जो प्रीवियस जो बुलिश कैंडल है इसको अगर ब्रेक करती तो नेक्स्ट रेंज जो है वो नीचे अच्छी अच्छी जा रही है।
Okay. So Mr. Aftab is saying, okay, so obviously we have a resistance here. Mr.
जी
Aftab is
सर।
saying that it's not selling now, but if it breaks below the low here, we could sell. So right now the candles are printing side by side printing. So this means we're
Yes, sir.
ranging.
Yes, sir.
Sharif is saying sell. Okay. But SW is saying sell if it breaks the previous low. That's correct. All right. So we're just going to wait over here. Oh, look at that. What this body? Small body or big body?
Small body, sir.
Small body. So we sell.
Selling pressure is smaller.
Oh, yes. Selling pressure is small. Good English. Perfect. So we're waiting. So we're waiting. Oh, now what's happening?
We are just ranging, sir.
Yes, ranging. So in a range, we have support and we have resistance.
ये थोड़ी बहुत इंग्लिश आपके प्राइस एक्शन हो वगैरह देख देख के ये आ गई है.
Good, good, good. Good. Okay, so now we're waiting once more.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, what's happening now? Small body.
It's still in range, sir.
Still in range. MashaAllah, very nice English. Okay, now.
Same, sir.
Same. Nothing, waiting.
Nothing good.
Waiting is the best trade to be in. It's the best.
Yes,
No trade, always good trade, sir.
No trade is a good trade. Yes, that's true. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Now what's happening?
selling opportunity तो बन रही है लेकिन ये
Okay.
इसके
No.
ऊपर बड़ा हो रहा है.
No buts. The guy said there's a selling opportunity, but.
अच्छा.
Yeah,
मैं
yeah.
सर वो पॉइंट नोट आउट कर रहा था कि ये जो बुलिश कैंडल की जो विक है ना अगर इसको ब्रेक करेंगे करंट कैंडल जो न्यू प्रिंट होगी उसके ऊपर स्टॉप लॉस रखेंगे.
Okay. So let me tell you about this, right? You see this candle right here. This candle is closing below support.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
This candle is closing below support. There is a wick right over here. So whenever a candle
sir.
closes below support and there's some sort of a wick, it may fill, but the thing is that it's closing below support after consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right?
जी सर.
It consolidated for 6 candles. So now you got to ask yourself this. The next candle, higher chance to go up or down?
Down, sir. Higher chance to go down.
Go down. Okay. Higher chance to go down.
Yes.
What do you guys think in the chat? Oh, you guys are already saying sells. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh. Oh. Yeah, higher chance to go down.
We have won, sir.
Yes, we have won. You won. Yes, very nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. But look, we consolidation, no confirmation for nothing. Right?
3
And then
hours vetted.
yes, there was wicked. So thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Yeah, very nice.
God bless you, sir. Thank
God bless you too and your friend.
you. He is my brother, sir.
Oh, your brother. Oh,
Rajab Mirali.
oh, nice.
Raja
Very
Ben-
nice. Raja Mirali. Okay. Good to talk to you guys. So
Thank
So
you, sir.
perfect.
Thank you.
So any issues in this scenario, it was simple, price broke below support and even if you weren't so confident, just low risk, very small risk, and that's it. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next. Oh, candle trends. A trend is identified through the time frame you're looking at, right? So we're gonna have more examples too, but what's the time? Mr. Got time. Think about this, right? Think about this, that if a 4-hour trend is bullish, right? If a 4-hour trend is bullish, it doesn't mean that the 1-hour trend or the 30-minute trend will always be bullish. It's not going to mean like that, right? It's not going to work like that, because sometimes the market structure on the smaller time frame can be different. So let's say, for example, a daily time frame trend might be bullish, but the lower time frame might be bearish, right? So if you're looking at the daily and daily is bullish and you're looking at the New York session, it doesn't mean that you're gonna just take buys in New York session. No, you're gonna look at the trend on the 1 hour or the 4 hour time frame, because in that New York session, 1 hour or the 4 hour time frame, it makes much more sense to look at. It's a good habit to recognize supports and resistances on the 30-minute or the 1 hour time frame. Time frames to gauge where we can move price. Whenever you're looking at market structure, you're looking at the 1 hour time frame or you're looking at the 30-minute time frame, right? If we're creating a support on the 30-minute or the 1 hour, then there's a high probability price may go in your favor, right? Best way to identify a trend is to see if price is making a high or a low. That's it. The whole idea about trends is for candles to make higher highs, higher lows, or lower highs. That's the whole idea. That's it. There's nothing more. There's nothing more to that. Whenever price makes a higher or low, there's an 80% chance that higher or low will be retested. There's a podcast I listen to, Chat with Traders, episode 82. And the concept of, and there's a guy there, he's basically a futures trader. I'm going to post a link here in the chat for you guys. So this guy, I was listening to this podcast once, long time ago in 2016. In 2016, I was listening to this, and the guy said that his method of trading is this. And he said that whenever price makes a high or whenever price makes a low, there's an 80% chance that high will be retested. It will be retested, or that low will be retested, and that's where you put your positions with size, like 5 lots, 10 lots, 50 lots, 150 lots, 100 lots. That's where you exploit that move with size. And that's exactly what it is right over here. Whenever price makes a high or a low, there's an 80% chance it will always get retested. This is also called the break and retest, right? So for example, this is what used to happen to me in the beginning. And I'm going to show you guys the pain I went through, okay? So price comes up to resistance, right? Price comes up to resistance. What Raja Banks would do, Raja Banks would take a sell at this resistance right here. Raja Banks would take a sell. And I'd say, okay, price will go down, I'll take a sell. Perfect. Next candle would go up. At this point, Raja Banks would be in negative, 100. And now I'm saying, oh shit, we were at resistance. What's going to happen? Next candle goes bullish. Now I'm negative 200. Now at this point, I'm praying, oh, please come down so I can close at break even. Please come down and close at break even. And next candle goes up even more. When this candle goes up even more, I look at my MetaTrader. Now my MetaTrader is running at negative 500 at this point, right? And I'm like, man, what the hell's going on over here? At this point, I'm really worrying about stuff, and I'm looking at the daily time frame and the weekly time frame, and I'm like, man, oh God, please, God, come back down to break even, and I will never, ever do this again. And I'm waiting. And next kind of closes bearish. I'm like, oh, nice. At this point, I come back down to negative 150. And I'm like, yes, at break even, if it comes to break even, I'm going to close the trade and I'll never do this again. Now I'm at break even. I come at break even now. And now this is where I should be closing the trade. But you know what? I start to think, no, it's going to go in profits and I'm going to close in profits. Perfect. This is a perfect trade. I'm going to close in profits at this point. And now I go about my day and I go do some work, happy. I'm going to be in profits. And I look at the chart and now I'm negative 100 again. I'm like, ah, shit, what's going on over here? We're back to negative 100, back to negative 150. And then I'm back to negative 500. And then, that's the end of story right there. and this used to happen to me all the time. And the reason why this used to happen to me all the time, because I would be looking at the trade emotionally from my heart. I'd be looking at trade emotionally. I never looked at the trade logically from my mind. I looked at it emotionally. Emotionally, I was like, man, this is a loss. But if I looked at it logically from my mind, now I look at this and say that, okay, you know what? I took a sell over here when the candle never closed in my direction. So that was a big no, right? I stopped to do that, right? Price moved up, came down, create support, perfect opportunity for a buy, right? These things only happen because I looked at my losses emotionally. Whenever you take a loss, you look at your loss and ask yourself, what could you have done something different? Okay. Right? Same thing goes for sells. Same thing goes for sell. And this is all break and retest. You have a retest, price creates resistance, perfect opportunity to take a sell. Right there. Perfect opportunity to take a sell. Oh. Okay. Where is Forex Trader? Forex Trader, you have your webcam? Webcam ready to go? All right.
Hey, Raja, bro, man.
Hey, Raja, Forex Trader, bro, man, how are you?
I'm fine, fine. The biggest fan of you, and like, man, I can't even explain, man. I can't even explain.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are here now.
One day I sent you a message like I was fighting with Numan, and I said to you, I will definitely meet you one day.
One day it's gonna happen. But
Today is
bro,
the
listen,
day
listen, listen. I love you too.
yeah.
I love you too. But time is very
You
important
said
over
this
here.
on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Bro, let's explain this trade.
Yes, let's explain this to people. Perfect. All right, what's going on?
Yeah. It looks like ranging market, but the current candle closed above all the ranges. I don't know, like the start of like the candle that I see first. I don't know where is the bullish candle and from where this candle is coming down. But
Okay.
for now, the thing that I'm looking here is this current candle closed above all the ranges.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah. I think it's the left hand side and clean range. We have clean range, so we can go easily up if we can wick down, break the high, we can easily go up.
Okay. So
But
are you
if
taking a buy, waiting, sell? What's going on?
yeah, I will definitely go for a buy,
Okay.
but I will not I
No,
will
there's
not
no
take
but.
the impulse entry.
Oh,
Like if the candle breaks the high of the previous candle, I will go for a buy.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see over here. There's one more thing you need to take a look at,
Yeah,
right? This is a
yeah,
30 minute, 1 hour time frames, right?
yeah. I always do trading on
So
30-minute
look,
time frame.
you got a bullish candle, and before this, you have a bearish candle,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Okay.
So this is a
Yeah, bro.
support form.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Oh,
Let's
it came
see.
down.
I think. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Like, looks like if my stop loss is if below the previous candle,
Yeah.
I would definitely go maybe even break even because it looks like it gives me a one-to-one.
Yeah,
Maybe, just
exactly.
maybe. Or if I don't want to close anything before getting one-to-one, I can just close half at the break even and let that run whatever it wanna do. It can hit my stop loss or it can go up,
Okay,
but yeah.
all right. And who else here in the chat is just waiting? They haven't taken any trades. They're just waiting. Abrayat.
But bro, I also wanna say one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I I am doing the live stream on YouTube, and I always said whenever you miss the trade, don't get upset, don't get angry, wait for retracement.
Yes.
and just take a buy. And that is the best thing, I think. Like it works 8 out of the 10 times, and
Yeah, exactly. Just
that
waiting.
like helps me a lot. Yeah, that helps me a lot. And I think, and I also think whatever Raja says, just listen carefully and
Yeah.
follow the thing.
Yeah, but bro, now listen. So we're at support now, right? We're at support. Your buy is invalid,
Yeah.
right? Your buy is invalid. We're at support. So at support, can you take a sell? Can you take a
No,
buy
no, no, no,
or waiting?
no, no, no. I don't want to jump into the cell very aggressively. No,
Okay. So
I will
buy,
wait
sell,
for
or
some
wait?
sort of success.
Just one
Say
word.
wait. I will wait.
Wait. Okay, perfect.
I will wait. Yeah, but
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Oh, now we've
No, no, no.
broken and closed below the support.
Yeah, I still wanna wait because we are in the range. Like we can see candles coming down, coming down, ranging stuff like that. I think we have to go with a higher probability pattern.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so, so all these guys here in the chat saying sell now, what do you want to say to them?
Yeah, I think like if we are trading and we have always wait for the like highest confirmation probability. Like
Okay.
I don't like ultra aggressive
Okay, yo, bro. So let me
because
ask you
we
this.
only need
So let me
yeah
ask you this question right here.
yeah
If you close your eyes, right, do you
yeah.
think that the next candle can just shoot up or it can go down?
No, for now the probability is go down.
Okay, perfect.
The
That's it.
the high
That's
probability, yeah.
that's it. Because in the beginning, all we want to do is we want to increase your confidence in getting the probability right. Right?
Yeah,
That's what we want to do.
yeah, bro.
So if your
Yeah,
confidence is that the next candle can go down, let's see what happens right here. Okay, yeah, we did go down right here, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
probability was going down. So once you do this, like, 3 or 4 times, then you start to get confident enough in executing that, okay, let me execute right here because I've seen this happen multiple times before. Oh, wow,
yeah.
look.
This is the thing that come from like experience. People always say, "Hey, Raja, how can you take this trade?" Man, this guy is trading from 7 years, and you are saying that how you can take this trade?
Yeah.
This is the experience. When experience meet opportunity, success is done, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, awesome, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Bro, I wanna say thank you, bro.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So in this one, some guys are asking, what about this wick? And as we talked about in the previous example, these wicks, these become wick fills once we're closing below the support. So once we're closing below the support, wherever we go, this wick is going to get filled, and we had this range down over here at the same time. Like a lot of times we would know and we would anticipate price to move in the correct direction, but most of the times we won't be able to execute on that trade because it's like, normally it's lack of confidence that we don't execute on the trade. So you got to have that some sort of a confidence to execute in the trade, and the way you get that confidence is executing with like a lower risk. All right, let's move on to next one. Jairo. Oh, Abreyad. Next one, Abreyad. Next one. Hey,
Hi,
Jairo.
Raj. Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
I'm dreaming to be the Radio Banks of the Philippines.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So what's happening here?
Yeah, price has made the high, so I will wait for support in the 30 minutes time frame.
Oh, okay. Very straightforward. Perfect.
Yeah. Still waiting.
You're waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. So trend is bullish.
Yes.
Okay, trend is bullish. Okay. Oh.
That's a bullish candle, but I will wait because the body is weak, so it means there is no bullish momentum at this moment. So I need
Yeah.
a higher confirmation.
It's a weak body.
Yeah, weak body.
It's a weak body. So you're looking for something strong.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh,
it's bearish. So it's in a range now.
it's ranging now. Okay.
Yeah,
And why do you say it's ranging?
because the candles are on side by side. Sorry, I can't speak good English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now the candles are printing side by side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that candle closed above all the bodies of the candle, but there is a wick on the left hand side. So my decision making in this thing is I want the next candle to break above the highs so I can
Okay.
take buys.
No, we're not
Or
talking. Okay. Yeah.
or I can wait for a stronger bullish candle to close on my direction.
Okay. So the first thing you said that is this candle is closing above the bodies of all the candles to the left hand side
Yes.
in an uptrend.
Yes.
Okay.
In an
So
uptrend. So go. Sure, go talk.
no, you
Okay, so in an uptrend, so resistance are broken on an uptrend and there is a volume. There is volume on this time. So since this candle close above everything, I think I will have a low risk buy and just add if the wicks on the left hand side are broken.
yeah. So if this candle is closing above all these bodies,
Yeah.
and if it does, okay, let's see what happens.
Which
Oh,
I
okay.
just lost. I just blow my account, bro.
You blow your account. No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
No,
See,
no.
now this was a good indication to take a buy, right?
Yeah.
But that's fine. Happens, right? It was a high probability. You know, stuff happens. So now the one more thing is, and this is for everyone. Never change your bias, right? A lot of times we're going to take a trade. Let's say we're going to take a sell, and the sell doesn't work out, and our analysis is still sells, and then you see a buying opportunity, and then you take a buy. Don't do that. If you're going to take a sell, stick to the sells. Always wait to see if there's going to be, hey, Vernon, how are you? Hey, Hans, Vernon from Sydney. Awesome, perfect. Okay, Vernon probably have us on mute. Okay, so all right, so now we're gonna wait for the next one.
Yeah. So this is still an uptrend. So if a bullish candle close on 30 minutes or 1 hour, the range will be good enough to take a buy.
No?
I'm waiting because my bias is buy, right? But okay, so now okay, this is a support form. But this candle close below a support.
Okay. Support form right here.
Support form. And there is plenty of range. There is clean candles down. So as I have watched on your simulations, all I need to do is wait for the current bullish candle to break the high. So I can anticipate.
So you're waiting at this point.
I'm waiting at this point. But if the current candle's high is broken, right? I will take a buy because if there is a clean candle down, there is also a clean candle up on the move.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. This is difficult.
Yeah, actually it's difficult. Yeah, that's it. So since I would have entered on the break of the high and
Yeah,
in
exactly.
this, I would have won on that trade.
Yeah, nice.
It's my pleasure, Raja.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. So there was one question. It was there was this question, why stick to your direction if you can see a strong confirmation for a sell? That's a very good question. And the reason why you want to stick to your direction is because sometimes you can get a fake confirmation of price moving the opposite way. Sometimes you get that, right? So let's say you took a buy over here and then the buy didn't work out, and then you saw a sell here, you took a sell worked out. Perfect, awesome, right? The next time this happens, and then you take a buy doesn't work out, and then you see sort of like the same selling scenario, you take a sell, but sell goes down, wicks right back up and starts to go up. Then what's going to happen? Then you had a loss in a buy, you had a loss in a sell, and then your mind is now working in overdrive to start to look for another buy. So now you're going to have buy, sell, buy, right? So what I've learned from my experience is that it's better to wait for price to create that structure again to go with your bias. And this keeps me calm, it keeps my nerves calm, and it keeps me more confident. Because if I had a buying analysis and if I lost in that buying analysis, I'm totally fine with that, right? If price goes down, left, right, wherever it goes, I'm going to wait for that buy structure to form again so I can give my buy a second chance. It's always better to give your trade a second chance than to work and take an impulse entry to take the opposite trade. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Mr. Abrayad. Abrayad. Where are you? Right here. All right.
Hello,
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Where are you
Nice to
from?
meet you. I am from Nigeria, Africa.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so what's happening over here?
The trend looks bullish.
Okay.
Yeah, and it seems like we are creating a resistance already. Yeah. So what I'll be looking for here is a support being formed to take a buy, or if we break the resistance. Those are the two things. Okay.
What's happening? Still waiting?
Yeah, still waiting. I need a bullish confirmation before I take anything. Okay, that's a bullish candle. Showing that we have created a support, and although the range looks a bit small, but definitely my bias is going to be bullish. I'll be taking buys if the range is bigger than this.
So you're
Yeah.
waiting or buying or
I could buy with a lower risk.
okay, low risk, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
trend is
since the
buy,
range is small.
market
Yeah.
structure has formed support. I guess there's volume. So you're taking a low risk here. So out of the 10,000 we have of everyone, you may be risking $10? Yeah?
No, 10,000 is a lot. Maybe we risk $100
Oh,
or
you're
more.
risking $100. Okay, perfect. Small risk, right? So if we lose right over here, you lose 100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. The body is a little
Okay.
bit
Mhm,
bigger. Yeah. So
mhm.
you're still in the trade now.
Yeah.
So you're trailing the stop or you're securing something or
So what I will do is if the range is more than 10 pips, by the time it reaches 5 pips, I would be putting half of my position at break even, half of the position if I pass 5 pips.
hmm.
Yeah,
See,
then when I
because
reach 10 pips,
Hmm.
Okay.
Because I think this body is a little bit bigger than the previous body.
Exactly.
A little bit bigger.
Yes.
Oh,
Boom.
now the bodies are getting bigger.
Okay. At this point, we're reaching to the resistance. I think my stop loss will be at break even, and then I'll close most likely 50%.
Oh, so you're closing 50%.
Yeah. Or 90% since it's a resistance. I don't know what's going to happen next, 90 or 80.
90% you have closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Now the runner is running. Oh, runner ran.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. So you waited for support to form. Support formed. The candle body was smaller, but
Yeah.
also if you look at the history right over here also, like, this one candle broke above this resistance. So
Yeah.
body was smaller. You still entered, anticipating we may break above this resistance with volume.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, ranging. Oh. Okay. Now we have, some words I can't even pronounce. Let's get iPad Deloki. Hohands. Next one. Hohands. Next one.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Fine. Thank you.
Good. Brother, turn on your webcam so we can see you.
Yeah. Yes,
Oh,
sure. 1
okay.
minute.
One moment. Oh, nice.
Now I'm here.
Yes, we see you now. So, what's happening over here?
So, it's like a bullish trend, and we see bearish candle that bigger than the first. It's like creating a higher low. We will wait for confirmation to make a buy.
Okay. So right now you're waiting or buying or selling or
No, I'm waiting.
waiting. Oh shit.
Yes, it's another bearish one, and just like bigger bearish.
Okay. Still
Waiting
waiting?
again.
Waiting.
Yes.
Oh. Hmm.
Yes, it's appear like bullish, but indecision. It might create a support.
Hmm.
So I will go for a buy if we break the above.
Okay, so you're buying.
Yes.
Buy for iPad
If
Deloki.
no, not here. Above the candle.
Oh, this one right here.
If the price goes above. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
This is my entry. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It's for more confidence. If I use the dynamic, that will be another thing. But with the static, it's above.
Hmm. Okay. So with the dynamic risk, you could have taken a small entry down over here.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
So maybe maybe I will secure because it's a little is not bigger stop loss. Maybe in 1 to 1 or 1 to 2, I make a secure 50 to 80% and let running. If a sign like this bearish candle,
Yeah.
I will wait. The close and manage. If the next candle goes less than this one bearish, I might close the position.
So let's say the next candle is like this.
I will let it run.
Okay. Oh, William is saying buy. So for all the guys who didn't take a buy down over here, you're maybe looking at this opportunity. Stanley's saying buy, Neo is saying buy.
Yes.
If it breaks the
Yes.
buy, if
This
it breaks the high,
good confirmation.
Yes.
But one thing it's what you did already. It's about when you make a buy from the support, not on the middle. In this case, on the third candle where I am taken by this last candle, this one, last one is not on the middle.
No, because now it's above
I
this
think
resistance. It's above.
But there is new support that construct.
Yeah, this new support form now. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's good.
This is this is good.
Yeah.
What about what I am confused? What about the TP is like TP 1 or 2 is like the next resistance?
No,
or,
TP is like 15 pips, 12, 15 pips. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Just,
then you let
baby
the
pips.
and then you let the rest run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we will let a small position running.
Yes, exactly.
Running extension.
Yes.
Yes.
But thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So sometimes guys didn't take a trade right over here, but we waited for this confirmation for price to come up. This looks like your recent trade. Yes, that's correct. All right, Hohan.
Yes, hello.
Hey, hello. How are you?
How you doing?
Brother, are you from Netherlands?
No, I'm from Germany.
Germany. All
Yeah,
right.
we met in Dubai last year.
Yes, I was looking, I'm like, I've met this guy somewhere.
Just more beard now.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, yeah, now I get it. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, where we at over here?
Well, we had a huge bullish candle come from the bottom. That's all I see. And we have some consolidation to the left.
Okay.
And still waiting. Yeah, looks like we're making a resistance, but since we had a huge bullish move, I'm gonna wait for a 30-minute support to form. I'm still waiting. This is a support, but the range to the upside is very small. So in this situation, I would want for a stronger retracement or a candle to close above this resistance there. It's very tricky at this point. Yeah.
Yes, very tricky.
Okay. So we closed above resistance. I would want the next candle to make a decent bottom wick before breaking the high, and then I would take a buy.
Yeah, this is tricky. This is very tricky.
Okay. Yeah.
Very tricky.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
This is very tough.
Yeah. Well, in
So
this case, I guess I did close 50% when the candle came back down, and then my stop loss was below the big 30-minute candle, so it would have taken me out. Yeah. It was a tricky
yeah,
situation. Yeah.
very tough. Like, to be honest, very tough.
Mm.
Like, looking back at it, maybe this was enough confirmation, but still we had a resistance right here,
Yeah.
right? It was very tough. Ideally would have wanted price to come down and create support somewhere over here,
Exactly. Yeah.
and having a bullish candle and nice big range for price to move up.
Exactly, because like your first target would have been the previous resistance, and with that first support, it was too small to take a buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Roger. I
Thank
hope
you,
you're doing well.
man. Thank you. Hope we meet again soon.
I hope so too. Yes, maybe in Dubai next time.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Oh. Okay. Rejection in zones. Rejections happen when price reaches a strong support or resistance. Obviously, right? We get rejections from there. Higher the time frame, stronger the zone. Never sell when price is moving towards the resistance area. Never sell when price moves to a resistance area. Never buy when price is moving towards the support. Right? Whenever price is moving towards the resistance, wait for a candle to close bearish. This is very, very important. And whenever price is moving towards a support, wait for candle to close bullish. Lower time frame has a lower probability of moving in your direction all the time. That's why, whenever I'm looking at the 15-minute time frames, I don't look at that as very strong confirmations. I'm always looking at the 30-minute time frames for strong confirmations, like 30-minute, 1 hour time frames. They have very, very strong confirmations. Okay. We have Mr. Man Neo. Neo has been chosen.
Thanks, Raja, for giving me this opportunity.
Hello, how are you,
Thank you.
Mr. Man Neo?
I'm fine, sir. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity.
No problem. Now you got to make us some money.
Let's see.
Okay, let's
We
see.
will make our money.
Okay.
Yes, man.
So what's happening right now here?
Currently, we have a resistance, and we have a resistance on the top, and a support formed.
Right here?
We would wait. Yes, we would like to wait for a candle to close above the resistance, because we do not have any range to look for the buys, because we have a resistance in the left side, just at the top of the wick. That's why we will wait for us.
So
candle become.
Yeah, so basically we're just waiting at this point.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
We missed the move, I guess so.
Yeah. But
we missed it.
Yeah, but we're still on the charts over here.
Yes. I did not took because of this red candle, the previous red candle, because of the rejection from the downside.
Okay.
That
So, but still, what's happening now?
now still it's in the range. We do not have any confirmation to look for and not a buy, not any sell. Just
Okay,
waiting.
just waiting. And the candle is moving down further into support and it's
Yes.
closing bearish. So we can't take a buy, right?
We will
Because
look
the
for a
candle is
sell.
bearish. And we
Yes.
can't take a sell either because, we're already moving down.
If it make a decent top wick.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that.
But it does not break the previous candle high. Low.
Yes.
It's a fake out, brother. It's a fake out, sir.
Okay.
If it breaks previous candle high, then we can look for a buy.
So you're looking for a buy. We're not doing impulse entries. We're doing candle
Oh,
closes.
sorry, sir. Okay, sorry, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir.
No, sorry. No, sorry. We're making money. Okay. So we had a support, right? We had a
Yes.
support. Candle came down, and there was no way we could have entered a trade, right? So there was nothing. Next, we had a support right over here. New candle formed bearish. We broke below the support, and then a candle closed bullish, which means now we have a new support formed, right? A buy, I would say, would be okay based on the fact that, this range right here.
See,
Yeah,
that's why
because
I'm looking for it.
yeah, let's see what happens here. Oh,
Yeah, it made decent top wick also and break the high.
yeah, it made a
We
decent
will.
bottom wick and then break the high and then yeah. But
Yep.
the main thing was that this candle, it shouldn't have broken this low. It respected that low.
Yes. I will keep this.
Yeah.
Here we go. If it would be a 10 pips, say, if we got the 10 pips, then we will close 90% and SL at break even.
Yeah.
And I will close more something because we are at the resistance zone. I will close more 50% in the left, the 10% left quantity.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was a very, very good one. Like price, we missed the trade, we missed the sell, whatever. Price came down. We created
Yes, sir.
support formed, big wick, and easy. Support formed and yeah, up.
So sorry for my bad quality. The
No,
mobile does not have good camera.
yeah, no problem. Very soon you'll make money and buy a new phone.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Everything goes from
yes.
yesterday. I watched all your past trades from the Instagram. All the past trade around 70%. I watched all the trades of your GJ sales of 2021
Oh,
and all the
nice.
and all their videos from starting when you when you were having a dog called German Shepherd. I watched
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the videos.
yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank you, man.
it.
Everything goes to you.
Yes, thank you.
Full credit goes to you. Thank you, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you to my brother who give me the knowledge about you at Raja Bank.
Yeah,
And
thank you
finally,
to
I
your
have
brother
found a
too.
good mentor.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. All right.
Amol name.
Huh?
Yes, Amol. The brother name is Amol.
Oh, hey, shout out to Amon. Yeah, nice.
You know, I think you
All
know
right.
him.
No, I don't know.
Thank you,
Maybe.
sir.
Okay, take care.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right. Rejection in zones over here. Who do we got? We have S. Adam. Mr. S. Adam.
Yo, man.
Hey, man. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you so much for choosing me, man.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Yeah,
So,
the last time we met was London 2022. I don't know if you can remember me.
we met in London 2022.
March 2022, London Boot Camp.
Oh, yes. It was a big group we had over there, right?
It was.
It was. Yes. Now I remember. Awesome,
Yeah.
man. Perfect. So, brother, What's happening
Yep.
over here?
So we are apparently on a downtrend.
Downtrend.
A very nice support was broken.
Okay.
So we're gonna look for sales.
Okay.
So we're gonna look for the candles to at least retrace back and give us another resistance.
Okay.
Probably around that area where you drew the support, then you
Yep.
can go down.
Awesome.
We're
What's happening?
waiting.
We're waiting.
Yeah. That's a good resistance formed. So what we're gonna do is, by the break of this bearish candle, we can take a sell down to any level.
So what you're saying is that if the next candle breaks below this low, we can take a sell.
That's what I'm looking at, depending on what kind of traffic we've got on the left side.
Okay. So let's say we didn't know about candle breaking the lows, and all we know about is candle closing like this.
We're gonna wait then.
Seems to me it's like kind of at the edge here at the bottom.
Oh no.
Oh, you know. What's happening now? So we were in a downtrend.
Definitely buys are not an option.
Why?
Traffic on the left side doesn't look good. We've got a lot of resistance formed. Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on what that range is, if it's up to
Okay.
like 30 pips, you can still look for some buys and catch maybe 10 to 15 pips.
Okay. So here's the thing. There's this one concept, and this concept is that, let's say, like when we are trending down, right? We're trending down, we're gonna come down, we will create support, right? And that support should move price up. And then from here, we can continue to move down.
Okay.
Okay. Now, next one is we come down, downtrend, we create support, and then we range.
Yes.
When we range, and whichever way we break out of the range, whether it's down or whether it's up,
Yes.
there's a very high probability we can move in those directions.
Okay.
So in this case, I think we came down and we ranged.
Yeah. So you can go back to that resistance then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Let's see
take
what.
a buy then. Let's take a buy on the break of this candle then.
All right. Buy on the break of this candle.
And risk some money there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
nice.
bot.
Yeah, that makes sense. So no matter what trend we're in,
Yeah.
like as soon as price starts printing candles side by side, that means we have a range now, and whichever way we break out the range, there's a high probability we're gonna continue moving.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, look at that.
Thanks very much, Raja.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. You're welcome, Adam. You're welcome. Very nice. There's no Chinese. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Okay. Next we have, let's see over here, Mr. Abnas Fahad. Abnas Fahad from Somalia. Oh.
Yes, Raja.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? I'm fine.
I'm
How are you,
fine.
my
Good,
mantra?
man. Good. Bro, turn on your webcam. Oh, we have a whole party going on over there.
Those are my brothers.
Yeah.
Also, they are subscribers with the Smart Raja concepts.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Awesome, bro. So nice to have all of you guys here.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Yes. So what's happening here?
I see the candles are forming it's uptrend and it's forming resistance.
Hmm.
Then I will wait, no trade.
Okay. Waiting. So we are bullish
Yes.
trend.
Bullish trend, yes.
Oh, look at that body.
So I'm seeing the bearish trend is dying.
Okay. So you're waiting for the
Still
next one.
waiting. Yes. Also, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Still. Let the market finish bullback and support and make a support.
Wow, it's a lot of waiting over here. No.
Yes. Now I have a support. Then I'm waiting a confirmation candle. Then I will take buy.
So you're so you're gonna wait for another candle after this.
Yes.
Okay. What's the chat saying over here? Oh, William is saying just buy now. Okay. Okay, but still, like our direction is still bullish.
Yep.
Or is someone in the chat looking for sells? That's what I'm more concerned about. All right, let's see over here. Oh, bullish candle.
Yes. Now I'm waiting the next candle, take a liquidity. Then when it's breaking the high, I will take buy. My stop loss will be previous candle low.
Okay.
That's a high probability to go up.
Yeah, because if you look at this candle has successfully made a higher low and a higher high.
Yes.
Yes. So it would be a sin not to enter now. You know, a gunah,
Yeah.
a big sin not to enter now. But okay, we're still looking at buys.
And I have good range.
Good range. Yeah. Oh, wow. Look at that. One candle moved up over here. Yeah. Very nice.
You got hit.
Yeah. You waited. And then
Yes.
now I guess
will take 80% or 90%. Then I will leave the runner.
yes. Oh, yeah. Very nice. We had
Thank you so much for your knowledge, my mentor.
Thank you so much, Abnas, for being a part
I
of this
love
webinar.
you. I love you. I love you so much because of you help so many peoples. Thank you so
man.
much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Take care,
Yes, thank you.
Abnas and friends. Okay. All right. Who's coming up? We have Shabaz Qazi. Welcome, Mr. Shabaz.
Assalamu alaikum, Raja. How are you?
Walaikum salam. Good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very good. I'm hoping you're going next to Somalia now after the last one.
Yeah. So, what's happening over here?
So, I would say it has formed support. It's a bullish trend, but it has formed support there. And then there is a slight rejection candle, which we have seen. I'll wait for the next one to get clarity because there is a big wick underneath it to see if that gets claimed.
Okay. Oh, wow. Nothing.
So it's a 50-50 candle because it has two big wicks on the both sides. So I'll wait for a strong confirmation to get in.
Okay. Oh.
Well, there it is. It has broken the body of the previous candle. and it has a lot of volume. So I'll go in on a sell trade. The reason being there is a clean traffic. There's a big bullish candle. So it's a small retracement which we can win some bits on.
So you're taking a sell now.
A small sell on the
Okay.
retracement.
Okay.
Because there's a bullish candle on the left, which is a sort of which we can capitalize on. So now it has formed support.
To be honest, this wasn't a good sell, and the reason why is because your stop loss was way too big.
Way too big, yeah.
Yeah, very, very big stop loss. Way too big stop loss. So we learned a lesson.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's what I've been doing from the last session. So there are some good ones, and then there are some bad ones. So I think it's a bit of journey, which I'm still going about. But
So what's happening now?
So it has formed support now at the bottom, where a strong support, but there's a lot of volume in the market at this time, where it's pushing up, and let's see the next candle where it goes.
Well, it looks like we're back in this
the same range. Yeah, we are ranging now.
Yeah. Oh wow, we're back in this range.
So it's going to break somewhere big, I think. The more it ranges, the more it's going to
coming.
Get a good break. Yeah,
coming. Oh, look at this candle.
There is a small. I'll wait for the next one. It's not a strong confirmation for me.
This chart is before CPI because it's ranging. Yeah. Yeah, this
so I
is
think there's a break at CPI or something at news.
No,
then?
sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay.
Oh, William is saying we closed outside of the range.
Yep. If we close outside of the range, then we wait for the next candle as a confirmation. Because what I think in the previous session you said that if it's not a confirmation, you just came out of the range, wait for the next candle to close for the confirmation, and then get on it.
Okay.
Or if it breaks the body of the previous candle.
Some guys just want to sell right now, but let's see, because we did break outside of the range. Oh, nice one.
It is a good sell, and till the support, we have touched our support.
Oh, we did go down.
So there was a retracement which formed support, and now it has come down to claim the previous bullish retracement.
Yeah, exactly. But this was a little bit difficult. Wasn't easy. I think the one thing that would throw you off is probably this support down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Even after this candle closing below the range. But I look at it this way, right? That we were ranging, broke out, came back in, ranging, broke out again. So once we've broken out the second time, start asking that, okay, we've broken out the second time now. Will we go back inside, or this time is going to be like, where it continues to go down?
Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a little bit on the difficult side. Like the difficulty level of this was more.
Well, that's how you learn.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Raja. Cheers.
Thank you. This is a 30 to 1 hour, 30-minute to 1 hour time frame. Okay. I think this is the last one. This is okay, Toki, me. Okay, Toki, where are you? Toki. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you, man?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you
Okay.
from?
I'm from Indonesia.
Okay.
We are looking at some support over there.
Okay.
We're on the bullish like pattern now, so we wait now.
Bullish pattern, support, and some resistance right here.
Yep, we wait.
Oh,
Oh, it's breaking. I think the candle is too big, so we wait again.
candle is too big, so we're going to wait.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
It's going down, so it's not creating anything, so we still wait.
yeah. For the guys saying sell sells, the body is getting smaller over here. Right? So the volume going down is decreasing.
Yeah, it's
because
still not creating any support, so we wait. Oh, it's breaking the previous resistance.
yes,
But the
right
candle
here.
is still too big.
Candle's
So
too
I think
big.
I'm still waiting.
Have you gone through the impulse entry webinars?
Not yet actually.
Okay.
The thing I know is like we have to wait until the latest candle like close above the wick on the previous one.
See what the impulse entry webinars are. If you've been through that, it would tell you to basically that okay, the candle is forming bullish, but the impulse entry through the impulse entry webinar, it's already in the database. What it's going to teach you is that okay, even if the candle is bullish, it's big, you can look at the smaller time frames for stop loss, or you can wait for the next candle to wick down, and once it breaks this high, then you can enter with the stop loss below this wick right here. This is what
I see.
Yeah, so this is what you're going to learn on the impulse entries webinar. But if you were to just let's say tell me, and I'm just some 5-year-old kid, that I ask you that, hey Toki, where do you think the next candle can go, bullish or bearish?
Should be bullish, I think.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a look over here. Yeah.
Yeah, but risk is like too high. So I mean, like
Yeah.
if I can see like the 15 minutes candle, I'll just put the stop loss over there. But here I cannot see, so
Yeah.
I just playing safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But the idea was correct, right? Idea was correct. There were no cells. This candle formed, and it was like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Candle formed bearish. This candle went up, closed above this resistance, uptrend. I'm 100% sure if you seen the 15-minute time frame, you would have taken a buy and having the stop loss based on 15-minute, or if you would have seen the impulse entries webinar, you would have still taken a buy for price to move up. 100%.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Raja.
Yeah, yes, no problem. The webinars are on the website. Yeah, it's going to be in the database. If you don't have access to the database, you will get that access probably like Monday or Tuesday. So we gotta chill. We gotta relax. Awesome. So we're moving towards the end. Oh, we've already went overtime. No problem. Oh, what's this? Okay. So all the things that we did in this very basic concepts, the main thing was looking at higher highs and higher lows, right? That was it. How are supports formed, how are resistance is formed. Sometimes you take wick entry, how you measure pullback. That all comes with experience. Measuring pullbacks, measuring when to close positions at the very, very top where price reverses. That all comes with experience, trust me. The more you see price pull back and go in your favor, the more you see that, you start to develop an intuition. as price moves. It's like boxing. You develop an intuition of, okay, I'm getting a hook onto me. What do I got to do, and what angle and what speed to, counter with a jab or something. So all that comes with practice and intuition. Okay, so we're going to start to create a trading plan. A trading plan is going to be a blueprint to your trading success. First thing to do is to figure out what time do you have in your current life to dedicate to trading, whether it could be in the morning, evening, nighttime, whatever that is, but you need to have some free time so you can really focus on trading. Once you figure out your time, then you got to figure out what session falls in that time. Is there any news during that time? Is there any volume during that time? But it's very important, whatever time you choose, there needs to be some sort of active session that falls in that time. Next, you're going to choose pairs. It's very, very simple. If you're choosing, let's say, New York session, choose a currency pair that's being influenced by just one currency, and you got to watch it. Like a lot of times guys say, oh, you know what, I'm going to choose pound USD, and I'm going to just focus on pound USD, and you end up watching pound USD, and you watch pound USD for let's say a week, 2 weeks, and you're like, man, like there's no volume in this, so let me switch to something else. The moment you switch to something else, that's where you lose your stride, because now guess what? Now you got to spend the same amount of now you got to spend the same amount of time on that new pair you've chosen, which kind of eliminates all the progress that you were making on pound USD. Because if you're looking at pound USD, you got to spend at least, I would say, like 2 to 3 months to see how it's really moving during, a pre-London, London Open, news events, how it moves during CPI, NFP, all these sessions, you have to really watch it, because the idea is not to be good at all the pairs or try to get profitable trades at all the pairs. The idea is to be a master of 1 or 2 pairs. That's it. Like if someone asks me about gold or pound yen, I can tell you all about gold and pound yen. If someone asks me about pound USD or your JPY, I'm like, yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what the market structure is at. I have no idea what can happen, because I haven't looked at those pairs. So the idea is to be a really master of your specific pairs. Risk management. What would be your daily risk? I would say like a very okay risk is, I'd say, like maybe 1 to 2%. Go with 1 to 2%. There's no reason to go more than 1 to 2%. 1 to 2% is great risk. I built an account from 5,000 to 34,000, risking like 1 to 2% in 3 months. 5K to 34 and a half, something like that. 1 to 2%. It's 100% possible, because at that time, then compounding starts working. Next, you have to choose whether you're going to use dynamic risk or static risk. Static risk is something that you're going to use if you really want to manage your risk, right? If price goes in a drawdown, you're going to know that I'm going to close 50% or 60%, 90%, whatever that is, you're going to be closing some percentage with static risk. When it comes to dynamic risk is like you're already taking a smaller position during dynamic risk, so there's really no need to manage risk on dynamic risk. Because if you're risking 1% and you're already taking a position that's 0.25 or 0.5%, that's already lower than that. What lot size did you use with 5K? I started with 0.5 lots. What's my monthly, weekly goal? What do I cut losses eventually? So one big question that we get is that what should be my monthly and weekly goal? In the beginning, I wouldn't have any goal on having a monthly or weekly goal. I wouldn't have any of that, because once you have a goal that you're like, okay, my monthly goal is this, then you're forced to reach that goal, right? And you don't want to be forced to reach that goal. In the beginning, you want to be able to have as many profitable trades as possible. Focus on getting winning trades. Focus on getting, like profitable trades. That's it. Once you get comfortable getting profitable trades, then automatically you start to aim for a monthly goal or like a weekly and a monthly, weekly, or daily. I very rarely focus on monthly, weekly. I like in the beginning I did, but then later on I just didn't really focus on those at all. Yeah, I said 0.5 lots for 5K. Technical analysis. What time frames are you going to focus on? My favorite time frame to focus on is the 30-minute time frame. That's my most favorite time frame to focus on. 30-minute time frame. Next, you got to look at if there are any valid support or resistances formed, if there's enough range for price. The most important thing is, has candle closed in your direction or not? Like, it's very important for the candle to actually close in your direction. Trade management. This is also very important. Trade management is how many pips do I look for a range? I've already talked about this. Trade management. Am I comfortable with my gain? Are you comfortable with, are you comfortable with grinding $10 or like grinding $5, $15, $20? Are you comfortable with that? Whenever you move your stop loss to break even, you have to accept that, because wherever you move your stop loss, you're accepting that outcome. Like a lot of guys move the stop losses to break even, and when price comes down and stops them out at break even, they're like, oh man, I got stopped out at break even. But that's okay, because if you move your stop loss to break even, this means you already accepted that outcome of break even. Should I close partials in a loss? Yes. Am I in profits for the day? Do you have a runner at break even? This is the most important thing. Like a lot of guys say, hey man, price always moves in my direction, and I always miss the trade because I closed the whole position. And I say this, like, it's not that hard. Close 50% or close 80% and leave the rest running. That's all what you got to do. Leave the rest running, because the more you let positions run, more you're going to build your confidence in letting bigger sizes run down the road. This is very important. So this is already in the database. This fresh recording that we did is going to be in the database probably by Monday or Tuesday. I'm flying back to Dubai tomorrow. So probably by Tuesday, this is going to be in the database. Could you explain how you draw support resistances? Yeah, I drew support resistances throughout these examples we did. So I think it's going to be better to rewatch that. Because I was drawing support resistances when we were doing this thing right here. Normally it's not done on the wicks, it's just done on the bodies. Because sometimes, like if this is a candle, sometimes the wick can be like this, right? And the next candle can be like, like this, and the next one can be like this. So I'm not going to draw a resistance all the way through here. I'm just going to draw it like, like right here. Just ballpark. Yeah, like 2 pip, just near the bodies, basically. What could be the earliest you look at the charts? And what's the latest? William, we talked about the times. I have been trading the pre-London, but recently moves are starting in mid-Asian session and start New York session. Some days feel like missed out on move. Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes it happens. Like I didn't trade August, September. I didn't trade at all. Like August, I took like maybe some trades at like 8K, 9K in August. September, I did nothing. So, and also noticed that the volume was kind of off as well. So, like some months are going to be off and some months are going to be really on, like now we're having wars. Holy, these months are on. Gold is on in those months. SFC can be used at all trending pairs. That's correct. That is correct. Can you please break down some of your recent trades you posted on Twitter? No, not right now. I have guests coming over in 5 minutes. I'm already 30 minutes above. But awesome. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. This was recorded, and perfect. We'll see you guys Monday or Tuesday. This is also going to be in the database, and have a great, great weekend. Last question. Okay, quick. Counting to three. Three, not able to hold the trade longer, even though my risk is in. Yeah, just let 1% run. How much pip stop loss? Wow, now we're getting to some dumb questions over here. Do you prefer fixed lot? Yes, I do prefer fixed lots. Yeah, anyway, awesome. Take care.